Mike in the night. Transmission. Life. Neon shadows on the street. Baseline rising from beneath. Silver skyline. Hearts ignite. We awaken in my mind. Every fear just fades away when the rhythm starts to play. You don't know what's wrong, alright. You're just moving right in the night. Close your eyes, don't fight the fight. Feel it lifting you higher. When the clock hits 3, you're finally free. At 3 a.m., something's moving you. Feel it breaking through, like a wave you can't undo. At 3 a.m., let the darkness shine. We've crossed the line. Oh, Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the night. There's nothing you can do. Something moving you. Mike in the night. In the night. In the night. In the night. 3 a.m. feel the rise. Hands up high, no disguise. Lights are flashing, bodies sway. Truth is rising anyway. In the silence, in the fight, we come alive. And Mike in the night. From the cities to the coast, from the voices they fear most. When the people reunite, we are one. And Mike in the night. 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, it's 3 a.m. and something is moving you.
3 a.m.
Oh yes. Today is Monday, the 23rd of March, 2026. We are in week 13. Week 13 of 2026. The year is going by, folks. It's going. Before you know it, we're going to be halfway through the year. Welcome to episode 642 of Mike in the Night, and we are entering a new season right now. We are in season 35, episode 1. Why? Because it's spring. We are in spring here in the northern hemisphere. If you're watching from the southern hemisphere, you're going into fall. But here in the north, we are finally going into spring season. And I am very excited because the weather's really turning fast and it's really good. And it's been like this since the second week of February. Just driving with the windows down, beautiful weather, sitting outside. Oh man, is it ever good. Anyways, guys, tuning in to Mike in the Night, and I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you be watching this transmission. Whether you're watching us from your cabin in the woods, or camper, or cabin in the woods, or relaxing on your lazy boy, or sitting up in your box in the sky, in your condo in the sky, watching Mike in the Night. tuning in from everywhere, guys, and watching this on replay. I want to thank all the people that watch this on replay. I really want to. And thanks for being here tonight for episode 642. It means a lot, guys. It's been a long time we've been doing this, and it's good that we're still doing it. We're going to keep doing it and doing it well, right? All right. So the system is breaking in real time. That's the for the show tonight. And Rainy Steps 301 sent me a $6.99 super chat. Hello. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, good riddance to winter. People in the comments are saying good riddance to winter. It's about time that winter is gone. Well, it was. I think we had one snowfall, 1.5 snowfalls I had. So it's not really that bad. I mean, it wasn't bad at all, actually. All right, comments are moving nicely. People are jumping into the comments and chat here, guys. Don't forget to share this. You want to support this transmission? Share this video. Piss them off. Piss everybody off. People see my face, they're like, oh, this guy's just a stupid fat mouthpiece. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So share this video if you want to support this transmission. You want to share? A lot of guys. I'm getting beat up. I don't even go on Threads. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a website called Threads, and it's a subsidiary of Instagram. It's supposed to take over X. It's supposed to be like a replacement for X. Oh my God, it's leftard lunacy on Threads. People, I have some videos there that I have up on X that copy, not X, on Threads that copy over from my Instagram. Right? So it copies from my Instagram onto Threads, right? So the problem I'm having is that there's a lot of lunatics on there accusing me of trying to destroy Canadian farmers and fishermen. And then some guy comments, he's trying to destroy fishermen too in Canada. It's like, what the fuck does Chinese money laundering coming from China, parking it in your real estate and you can't afford to buy food, have to do with going against farmers? Holy shit! So that's what's going on, folks. Anyways, yeah. So share this. Get this out there. All right, we got people there. All right, Meta, yeah, but everybody's coming into the chat right now. All right. Okay. Let's do this right now. Let's do a channel plug, and we're going to head over to some headlines, and then we're going to take in some calls tonight here on Mike in the Night Open Lines. We usually do open lines. We've been having a lot of wonderful first-time callers on the show, and it's been really good to hear people from all over the Commonwealth. So if you're in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Canada, and the United States of America, and you speak English, go ahead and call into the show. Whatever's happening, whether your weather is being modified in your area, whether you're in the middle of war in the Middle East, whether you can't afford your mortgage anymore because you bought $1 million house because you were competing with Chinese money laundering. A lot of that coming out of Australia. I'm getting messages, boy. Oh boy, am I getting messages from Australia from people like 3-4 messages a day. They're watching my 7-8-year-old videos from Australia. It's a trap. You're competing with Chinese money laundering. You're going to have to renew rates. They're going to raise rates. You're going to have to renew your mortgages. People are watching the video 7-8 years later, coming back to me and saying, Mike, holy shit. How the hell did I not know? What the hell? It's like some people they're educated in so many things, but some of the basic stuff they just don't know. And it's really, really sad. Woo! Okay, good music. I'm going to find you guys the music, guys. There's people commenting on the music, so I'm going to take care of that right now, guys, in this here quick channel plug. All right, guys, here it is. Let me take off my glasses here. Buy your boy a coffee. There's a link in the description if you're watching this on a replay and you want to buy your boy. Buy me a coffee. I'm here for... I don't get paid to be here. I don't get paid to be here, folks. I get a couple of $100 a year from your coffees, and that's what I get. I get $20-30 a month from AdSense, and that's about it. So everyone's asking about the music. Okay, guys, here's the music. Go to my channel. Go to playlists. You'll see it there. Mike of the Night music. Click it, and here it is. Mike of the Night country song. Everything's here. Mike of the Night beat. I Have Spoken. Mike of the Night anthem. Straight Outta Merit. The rap song. No More Sleeping, Open Your Eyes, The Voice of the Commonwealth, Jazz, 3 a.m. and Something's Moving You, Trini Beat, Calypso music here. So we got Trini Beat, Calypso music, So country music. So there it is right there. That's what it looks like. That's the playlist if you guys want to go to the playlist and watch or listen to the music. It's there. And Facebook, what? Anyways, we're on Facebook and we're unlocked on Facebook. Guys, you know what? I went over to my, I get an email from YouTube every month. My best video had 300, 800, 900 views, 1,000 views. I am completely shadow banned on YouTube. YouTube, I can't get past 1,000 views on anything with 100,000 followers. It's so weird how they have me in this shadow ban mode on YouTube. Nobody gets my stuff. And if they do get the stuff, it's buried. So I'm on Facebook here, and I'm getting 8 million, 7 million, 6 million views every single month. And it's crazy. Look, 106 shares. I just posted this, 5 hours ago? 4 hours ago. 119 shares, sorry. On YouTube, I can't even get 300 views. This video on YouTube doesn't even have 300 views. So, I don't know what YouTube is doing, but YouTube is falling behind huge. Instagram, look, Instagram, I'm blowing up on Instagram too. Instagram, I'm averaging 4 to 6 million views. TikTok is kind of dying. I get banned, and then my videos get taken down, and they get back up, and then I appeal it. It's nonstop on TikTok. TikTok is garbage. And mikeofthenight.org. Get over to mikeofthenight.org if you guys want to watch old episodes of Mike of the Night going back. I try to put up one episode a week here, just so you guys can catch up to all the episodes on mikeofthenight.org. And there's a link in the description if you want to shop Mike Martin's mugs, stickers, hoodies, cool stuff here for you guys. There it is right there. I got the diecast, The World You Knew It Is Gone, the Great Restructuring sticker. There's a mug to match for it if you guys want to pick up something. And guys, I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to sell you guys stuff. I sell 2-3 things a year. I just put it up there if anybody's interested in buying something from Mike in the Nights. That's all. This guy's trying to make this guy. I don't make fuck all being here. So I'm here to hang out with you guys, and that's it. Every Monday night, I'm here to hang out, spend some time, shoot the shit, talk like man to man, man to woman, talking like real human beings do, one-on-one, like your neighbor or your coworker or whatever. So Bill C9's gonna hit. I get a lot of people asking me about that. Someone in the comments is saying that we discussed Bill C9 quite. I think even Eduardo came on and talked about it a few times. So Bill C9 is it's a little bit of a problem, right? So they might be coming for your little guy here, Mike. But even though I've been here for like 15 years, I could see them coming after people that just showed up last week or last year, like the guys that get all the subscribers and make all the big money. But those guys are getting paid to be here. Think about it, folks. Controlled information distribution. I wasn't making this shit up. I was telling you guys. 2020, 2021, 2022, all these influencers. Where are these people? Come out of nowhere. In 2017, we're making videos about Agenda 2020 is coming. Watch out. And then now, people show up after, and they get US aid. They get paid. They get pushed to the top. You know how it works? You go on someone's YouTube, 500,000, 200,000, 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. You go to their Facebook. You go to their Instagram. And so for some reason, they have 1,000 followers. They can't get past, and they're posting the same content. You know that they're getting pushed through YouTube to go to the top. That's how it works. That's how it always works, right? So that's what's happening right there. Go to a big YouTuber with 200,000-300,000 subscribers that started after 2020, that just showed up to tell you what you already know. Go to their Facebook, and I went to a couple of people. Facebook, 1,100 followers. Instagram, 1,600 followers. Oh, I don't really post there. Bullshit. Bullshit, you don't post there. You post there and nobody watches your shit. It's because you're getting pushed by one of the platforms, right? All right, so who else is here? Oh, we got Earthquake MRT in the house. We got D. Marie. Boa noite. Boa noite a todos. And all right, let's get into some headlines. Let's get into some headlines here tonight on Mike in the Night. Break the ice here. And break the ice. Let's break some ice here on Mike in the Nights. Let's go into... Let's head over to Canada. Let's head over to Canada. All right, folks, we are in Canada. Canadian household borrowing is slowing, and it's a warning sign. Borrowing. How's about Canadian income is flattened for the last 15, 20 years? How's about wages are not keeping up with inflation? So borrowing spiked. Borrowing skyrocketed. And we warned you guys, stop using your home. If you own a home, stop using your home as an ATM machine. Stop. You can't borrow yourself out of debt. So let's move on here. Canadian household borrowing is slowing. Well, that's a good sign, but here's the deal. We're in billions, trillions of dollars. Billions in second mortgages and mortgage debt peaks as structural slowdown looms. And here's your consumer credit growth slows. But Canadians are already in debt. Canadians, their total debt service ratio is 50-60% of their income is going to service debt. So they have no disposable income. Yeah, of course borrowing is going to slow. Property values are dropping. Equity. Banks are going to call second mortgages. We warned you guys about this. They're going to be calling in second mortgages. We want our money. Find another bank to carry that debt. Because banks quite frankly, don't want to carry unsecured, dangerous debt. Oh, we got a super chat here. You're a big guy in my books, Mike. Always ahead. Thank you, RC Lemereau. All right, so let's go here. Crack and fentanyl smokers are in charge of TTC buses, streetcars, or subway. So there's a lot of videos going up from the Toronto area of people abusing and using drugs on the on public transit. And it's circulating. It's been happening for years now. And a lot of this youth has just given up. They're realizing, well, I'm going to work my entire life and just scratch the surface of a mortgage and not even pay it off. I could rent a one-bedroom in Toronto for $2,200 and work just have to work two jobs just to pay a rent. Like, so people are starting to realize that they can't make it. That they're not, there's no, So what do they start doing? Turning to drugs, hanging out with the wrong people, bad, really bad situations they're getting themselves into, right? And it's mainly the Canadian people that are getting into this problem, right? You don't see no Chinaman doing drugs on thing, right? You don't see any Indian people doing it. Well, the Indian people go in, Indian and Pakistanis, they go into liquor stores and grab all the bottles and walk out. We were showing you guys videos on that. They do other types of fraud crime, right? But I feel so bad for the Canadians, especially the Canadians that are being offered MAID, where their parents, a lot of these kids' parents, like my parents, came here from Portugal to build the buildings and the streets and the highways. After that's all built, they bring in the third world to come and use the roads, to come and use. Remember Obama said, you didn't build that? Remember Obama? You see that road going to that building? You didn't build that? That's right, because that was the European expansion that built that. You got that right, Obama. It was the European, it was the Irish, the Italians, the Portuguese, the Greeks that built that. So a lot of people are realizing, like that famous quote we say from Fast and Furious 5. Remember Fast and Furious 5? When you dominate people with violence and they have nothing to lose, what do? They fight back. But here, we're starting to see that these teen takeovers are starting to grow across America. And you're going to start seeing teen takeovers in Canada, where teens that have nothing to lose because they have nothing, there's no future, they're going to go out and start trashing the town, burning cars and flipping cars. Teen takeovers coming to Canada. That's a prediction right there. And Canada sees record population drop, immigration policies already easing. So again, it's, Europeans, Canadians build this country and then bring in the third world. Yet we don't need those people here. We don't need people leeching off the resources. And you get all these people and trillions of dollars of laundered money from China and then bringing in 4 million Indians in 2020 to 2024 to try and fix the housing crisis. Because the Canadian proper can't get into their own houses. So what? Let's bring in 4 million Indians. We'll stack 20, 30 to a house. Oh, I thought you wanted to be green. We should be green. Occupancy laws. 2 people, 1 bathroom. 4 people, 2 bathrooms. 6 people, 3 bathrooms. That's how it works. So you want to be green. Green Canada. So let's be green Canada. 2 people, 1 bathroom. 4 people, 2 bathrooms. You have 10 people in your house, you need 5 bathrooms in your house for an occupancy law. You want to be green? I'll be Greta Thunberg green on occupancy laws. 100%. Mark my words. I'll be Greta Thunberg 100% on 2 people, 1 bathroom. Oh yeah, real quick in a heartbeat. Why is Canada's population dropping, or why is it in a negative territory? Because the Canadian proper and the European expansion that came here, they can't afford to have kids. They came to build the country. But then they're giving the country away to foreigners. You go to a bank, you walk in, it's all Chinese people. You walk into another bank, it's all Indian people. Like, okay, these people didn't build the building, but why are they here? What for? You go outside the bank, it's all Canadian homeless people. Right across Canada. Go to a bank anywhere across Canada. Go to any village, town, city, inner city. I don't give a shit. Go to the bank there, walk in, there's no Canadian people. Walk out, and it's all Canadian people begging for money. Let's build this building and bring people from China to work here. What are you, retarded? So, there it is right there. That's what's, anyways, yeah. So, Canada's incomplete, is in a complete, that's why I kept saying to Americans, watch when the farmland that China owns, the farmland starts to leak. They're going to start leaking the farmland that China owns in Canada on the U.S. border. Watch for that, folks. You heard it from me first years ago. Now it's going to be coming out soon. Everything I talk about is 5-6 years. Watch. Faz conta que não diz nada. All right. The comments are going really nice. Someone's saying, I wish I had a pot to shit in. How dare you, Greta Thunberg? Oh, I'll be 100% Greta Thunberg, boy. Oh, I'll cross-play Greta Thunberg and go, we want occupancy laws in Canada. 1 bathroom, 2 people. Right here. Right here. Rusty Behemoth Hammer. Sorry. Yeah, Rusty Behemoth Hammer 65480 saying, I was the only white person in the entire Costco last week. Yeah, it's all Indians and Pakistanis. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. I could understand if in the 1700s, 1800s, India came here and started building all the roads and highways and electricity and the water. No, it was the fucking Europeans that did it. Now they want you go to a hospital if you're European. Hey, sir, would you like some aid? Would you like us to kill you? The country's built. We don't need your shit in our country because we got the real shit coming in now. Yep, someone is Zoki is saying Canada's a joke. Yeah, Zoki. I haven't seen Zoki in the comments in ages. Yeah, Liz is saying Toronto Pearson is full of non-white staff. Doesn't even look like a Canadian airport. That's right. Someone saying East Indian, not Canadian Indians. Yes, I mean East Indians. Sorry. Well, actually, migrants. Let's just say migrants, okay? Migrants. Someone saying same at Walmart. That's Eugene DeSantos. You guys start adding me on Instagram, guys. Start adding me. Message me. I need you guys to come on the show and tell us what the hell, what the fuck is going on. It's Mike in the Night. I'll give you guys my Instagram here. If you guys want to message me on Instagram and want to come on the show, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Let me open my plug channel here. I'd like to hear, here's Instagram. I'm going to give you guys my Instagram right here live. go ahead and add me on the Instagram. Just send me a message. I'll go check under my requests, and then if you can, I'll get you on the show. Tonight's code word, it says Mike, it's me. Just write Mike, it's me in the thing. I'll know that you're not trying to sell me something, or you're not some weird AI shit trying to just say Mike, it's me, and then I'll add you right away, okay? And we'll get you on the show tonight on Mike in the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth. Oh yeah. All right, guys, just an update so you guys know. If you want to join our email list and not miss an episode of Mike in the Night, join our email list. Just email directly, MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. Just go ahead and email me and say, hey, Mike, add me on your mail list. I'd like to come on I'd like to not miss an episode of Mike in the Night. And I'll go ahead and I'll add you to the list. That's my direct email. And if there's a show tip or something emergency you need to get to me, go ahead and send it through there too. MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. And guys, don't forget, viewer discretion is advised. 21 and older. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check and do your own research. 18 U.S. Code Section 2257 for Mike in the Night. All right. Woo! 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 So yeah. How are gas prices, Mike? Gas prices are going up like we predicted. Like we told you, we're going to go into energy wars. Been predicting this for years. Here it is. We're going to see a 1973 all over again, like we told you. And, and we told you guys 3 months ago, buy oil, we're going to war. And I told you guys a couple of stock tips. If you guys remember, I don't do financial, whatever the fuck it's called. But I told you guys, buy oil, we're going to war. About 4 months, hold on. November of last year. November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, 4 months ago. We told you guys, buy oil, we're going to war. Here we are. Yeah. The Costco shopping scenario is so true. All East Indians, Somalians, etc., their carts are overflowing, and then they get into a brand new Palisade. They do not need to work. Shitty bums. Yep. The East Indians, the Chinese are getting pissed off at the East Indians because the Chinese come, they launder a bunch of money, but a lot of them work in the banks, in the government offices. Nice clean jobs. They don't work in construction, and they don't work in. So a lot of them are now the Chinese are getting mad. It's like, we have to work our asses off. Now these other guys are coming in, and they got the cars, they get the money, they get the support. Woo! Oh yeah. So Mike told us to buy oil when going to war years ago. I've made several videos over the years, though. It's not just been making. We're going to war, folks. We're going to see the 1973 all over again. 1973 2.0 is happening, like we told you. All right, let's get back to some headlines here right now on Mike in the Night. Mike in the Night. All right, let's go with the updates here on the Iran war updates. Tehran denies talk happening after Trump's claim. So, guys, this is really, really important, right? This update has been updated several times today. This one here. Iran war updates. Tehran denies talks happening after Trump's claim. This is right here. I'm going to bring it up right here for you guys. Right here. Middle East war on hold. Trump announces pause on Iran strikes on power plants after secret talks. Here's the problem. Iran's confirming there's no talks held with the U.S. during war. There's nothing. Zero. This comes out 2 hours after this was posted. This came out several hours later. There's no talks with the U.S. And the spokesperson for Iran's foreign minister has dismissed U.S. President Donald Trump's claims of talks with Iran, saying Tehran has no negotiations with Washington over the past 24 days of unprovoked U.S.-Israel war against the Islamic Republic. Now, here's the deal. I think right now, Trump is starting to realize that going after Iran was a big mistake. Doing Israel's bidding was a big mistake. Right? And we told you guys, go back to our November 2022 show. It's up. I even clipped it out. That if Trump gets into office, that he's going to start a big war and expand the Israeli borders, and is going to start conflict with Iran, all the countries around. We told you guys in the prediction very specifically how it's going to go down. The video's up if you want to watch it. It's there. It starts with beware. Type in beware on my channel. Find out what I'm talking about there. And we predicted that U.S. will do Israel's bidding and go all, and we talked about the sanctioning of Canada and the mass deportations. We told you what was going to happen if Trump got back into office. That's why we're telling you guys, don't take sides. Take 2 steps back. Watch the show. Because it's all a show. And it's meant to divide you. It's meant to divide you from your friends. Just watch it. Understand. Take notes. Don't take sides. Look at the situation. Because now, I believe that Trump made a big mistake. He's starting to realize, and we've been telling you guys on this channel for years, America cannot take Iran. Iran is not Iraq. Iran is not Iraq, and we've been saying that for years. America will have a tough time, even though Israel's pushing, even though we were warning you guys back years ago. Not my prime minister, Netanyahu, out. Who was saying that? The 37 weeks of protests in Israel. Wanting Netanyahu out. Most dangerous, one of the most dangerous, the people in Tel Aviv, the people in protesting in Israel, we want Netanyahu out. We don't want this guy anymore. He's a crime minister. And he was supposed to go to jail. Remember, guys? We covered this. This is why I got banned on X. Remember I got banned on X? Elon Musk's X, remember? Because we told you that he was supposed to go to jail. He was supposed to be prosecuted. And the people that were supposed to prosecute him ended up dying in a plane crash. Okay? So he's there for a reason. He's there to usher in these biblical movements. And Tommy, Hitting Stacks Tommy came on the show and gave us a map of New Israel and how they want to expand the borders. So I think Trump is starting to realize he made a big mistake going after Iran. Big mistake doing Israel's bidding. All right, so let's go back to here. All right. And whoever coverage joined us. Okay, here we go. Let's refresh this and see what's happening an hour ago. Let's see if there's any fresh updates here. Let's see if there's anything happening here. Nothing severely developing. Building in Israel hit after Iranian missile attack. What else we got here? Iran takes cautious approach as Trump says negotiations underway. So I don't believe this is happening, guys, these negotiations. America's war with Iran could destroy NATO from within if Washington proves willing to sacrifice cohesion for unilateral escalation. Its allies will drift away and just protect themselves. That's what's going to happen, folks. What's unfolding on the ground in Iran is not only another Middle Eastern war, it is also a profound test of political, strategic, and moral cohesion of the Atlantic world. And it goes in to say right here, Donald Trump's own rhetoric has thrown this reality an even sharper relief when NATO members refused to support the American effort around Iran and to commit naval forces to the Strait of Hormuz. Trump did not respond as the steward of an alliance. He responded as a resentful patron whose clients had failed to obey. So, big issues happening. And who is running Iran? CIA, Mossad, search for signs of unseen supreme leader of Majotoba, Kanami. No proof he's at the helm. So the new leader, they're calling him the cardboard. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. They're calling him the Iran's cardboard Ayatollah. Not responding to messages. Where is he? Where is Mr. Cardboard? And every missile fired over Iran is burning through U.S. tungsten stocks. And tungsten steel is going up in price, folks. The U.S. and Israel have used thousands of munitions in their campaign against Iran. Most of it, not all of them, contain tungsten, a super hard metal that allows missiles to penetrate armor or underground bunkers. Yeah, tungsten is huge. It's a big deal when making bombs and munitions, right? And Iran denies targeting U.S., UK. Okay. Let me start over here again. Iran denies targeting U.S., UK military base on Diego Garcia, right? The UK condemned what it says was an Iranian attack on an airbase, but senior Iranian official told Al Jazeera that Tehran was not responsible for the alleged missile launch. What is this, folks? What is this? What are we looking at? Gulf of Tonkin. They're trying to pull England into a war. This is a false flag. I believe Iran did not hit. This is my belief. I believe Iran did not target this UK-US military base. I sure is my name. Iran did not target this island. This is a false flag. This is purposefully being done to drag England into the war, just like they sank the Lusitania, right, to get the U.S. into World War I, right, and just like all the different false flags to get all these other countries into the war, right? So there was a Lusitania, there was all kinds of false flags through history, right? We could go through we've made videos on these already, but I believe that this is a false flag. Okay, so that's my belief, to get the UK in the war against Iran. So that's what I believe. It's all a false flag, folks. None of this is real, and I don't think Iran targeted that. You could see the pieces falling, you could see the chessboard moving, and you could see what I'm talking about here. All right, Switzerland, Suiza. Switzerland suspends arms exports to U.S. over Iran conflict. So Switzerland halts new arms exports to the U.S. due to ongoing conflict involving Iran, citing its long-standing neutrality policy. No new licenses will be approved, but previously authorized exports may continue under existing agreements for now. The move follows U.S. and Israel attacks on Iran, with Switzerland enforcing its War Material Act, which bans arms exports to countries involved in active conflicts. And the government export panel will review ongoing exports, including dual-use goods and military-related equipment, to ensure compliance with neutrality laws. So, that's that. Oh, man, piece of shit! Remember this fucking guy, Zelensky? Yeah, you fucking asshole! So, Zelensky has a bad feeling about Iran causing global shortage of air defense missiles. Why? Because he wants the missile! Zelensky wants the missiles for his proxy war. It's over. They're not laundering money through your country anymore. Wake the fuck up. No one wants to launder country through Ukraine anymore. Holy shit. It was a proxy war from day one. So someone's commenting here in the comment, Musk is a player. Tesla lost money ever since its beginning. Tesla made its money on carbon credits. That's exactly what we've been trying to tell you. Elon Musk made money off of government grants, people grants, city tax, whatever, all the bonuses, packages, SpaceX. All that was all funded by government funding, grants, and your tax dollars are funding Elon Musk. Elon Musk only didn't make it, again, through carbon credits. And we cover this. Videos are up. Musk is a fraud. You should see him standing there at those, he's over at those general meetings. He's like this, look, this. That's Elon Musk at a meeting. Right there, buddy. Go tell the Prime Minister of England what to do. Yeah, free Tommy Robinson. Yeah, you should have said something 10 years ago. He didn't say anything 10 years ago because he needed that government grants. He didn't say anything about Zuckerberg. He didn't say anything about all these criminals. He kept his mouth shut to get his money. Watch the videos. We went through an entire list of all the funding that motherfucker Elon Musk got. Right? So, here we go. So, and passage through the Strait of Hormuz possibly only through coordination with Iran. Yep. So there's a new software I want to give you guys out there. There's a new software. It's called the $4. So it's called the $4 tool that can unmask anonymous accounts and the habits that give it away. A throwaway account you made years ago is sitting in a database waiting for the system that costs less than a tank of gas to read it. So there's a new software that's coming out. It's probably going to be through an app, and it's going to allow you to find out these throwaway accounts sitting in a database and who made them. So if you guys want to see something that ties to that, watch the Merit Harassment series on my channel. It's right there, Merit Harassment series. I was being harassed for opening a business in my town. Entire websites were made about me, calling me the Merit Molester, and all the stuff that's not true was made about me. And hundreds of accounts, Diane Bronson, Murray Gilroy, Mike Boner, all these accounts right here you guys see. Who is Mike Boner? Flipping me the bird. All here if you guys want to watch. They had a petition to get me out of town. Just bullshit. Just bullshit. I was on the dirty fat lie. Mike is a dirty fat liar. I was everywhere. I was getting destroyed. I'm constantly being doxxed again. I was completely being doxxed. And why? You're probably thinking, well, Mike, you're on social media. No. I was doxxed because I opened a business in Merritt, BC. You guys have no idea what I went through. Watch the Merit Harassment series. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy going through it and watching all the stuff and the crank. I love the So Crank call. I'm going to play the So Crank call. I love this. I love this call.
So, putting someone's information online is not illegal. Just for the information. So, you don't have to do anything. The calls will take you apart. Your address, and not everyone's going to know where you live. And you're fucked, Mike. You fat fucking cocksucker. Hey, you fucking dirty little scam. You little fat fucking little cocksucking. You fat fucker. Anyway, your information, your house address has been leaked all over the internet. Anyway, go fuck yourself, you fat faggot.
So I was getting hundreds of calls like this from the Merit Stalker, and it's up there on the Merit Harassment series if you guys want to watch. And it's went on for years and years and years and years. It was nonstop for opening a business in Merit. That's it. I didn't do anything. It was opening a business in Merit. Merit Harassment series, guys. Check it out. Yep. Yep. Woo! Woo! Oh. So who remembers this piece of shit? Who remembers this piece of shit here? Barack Obama issues statement on Trump tormentor robot Murrell's death, and it instantly blows up in his face. So Barack Obama is talking about I don't care if there's something die with FBI director. I don't care. But Barack Obama was talking about war going on and this and that, and starting war with Iran and doing all this and all this, and all these innocent people are dying and blah blah blah. I don't know why that hell. Well, look at this. NBC News. U.S. bombed Iraq, Syria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Libya, Yemen, Somalia in 2016. The U.S. dropped 26,171 bombs on 7 countries in 2016. According to the analysis, that's 3 bombs per hour they were dropping during the Obama administration. So before Obama speaks up, it's like Macron and Trudeau. We didn't force anyone to take anything. You piece of shit. Yes, you did. You piece of shit. So these people come around, and then they come around full circle with their bullshit, right? None of these people, that's why I keep telling you, don't take sides. Like Benny Hill used to say. Remember Benny Hill? Don't assume because you're going to make an ass out of you and me, all right? All right. You're talking about. We're talking about all man here. Where's yeah. You're talking about.
You're talking about all man.
Yep. All right. Tig Nim is in the house. Thank you for being here. Obama Nation thinks he's going to be the head of the Democratic Party of America. Yep. And then there's around the world. What time is it? Yeah, we got a few minutes here. Federal ICE deployment to airports begins Monday to shut down chaos. Good. Deport all the illegals. You're illegal. You're illegal in the country. Get the hell out. What are you doing here? Fuel prices. Government to announce support package for families under the pump as petrol hits $4 a liter in some areas. $4 a liter. That's in New Zealand. That's 4, 8, 12, almost $16 a gallon. And how many days does Australia have left of fuel? So we did a fuel revelation video like 3 years ago, or 4. I think it was like 2019. We did a fuel revelation video of how much fuel does Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Canada, and the US have in reserves for its people in case of an emergency. And I think Canada has almost nothing. I have to watch the video again. It's an old video. It's called Fuel Revelation on how much, and now they're talking about it today and seeing what they have left. How much fuel does Australia have left? It is difficult to come up with an exact figure of fuel Australia can use, but Energy Minister Chris Bowe gave a hint interview yesterday. You know what? Australia could be having refineries all over the place making their own fuel. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Prison guard told FBI about suspicious document shredding after Epstein's death. There's all the documents. Woo!
You're talking about all man.
All right. And housing supply triggers major property price downturn in 2027. Australia's most affordable homes. So now there's 54,000 new homes added to the market in December 2025 in Australia. And we warned you guys. We even made a video 7 years ago why life in Australia would become impossible by 2026. Holy shit. Well, oh shit. Yeah, major Australian housing tensions face becoming mortgage prisoners 7 years ago. Get out of Sydney, Australia, housing out of reach. Australia, UK, US housing crash compared 6 years ago. Australia housing crash, multi-decade low. Oh, man. Yeah. Man. A housing crisis. Australia, wake up. It's an economic takeover. Middle class pushed into homelessness 9 years ago. We were warning Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. You're dealing with... Australia has dealt with roughly $1.7 trillion of laundered money through its real estate, through China, from China. China came in, bought a bunch of real estate, left everything empty, and now the locals can't do fuck all. And then, just like Canada, Australia did the same thing. Let's bring in 4 or 5 million Indians from India to fuck the country up even more. Because then you put 40 people to an apartment because you want to go Thunberg Green. 2 person, 1 bathroom. That's what we're going to do, the Thunberg law. Greta Thunberg. 2 people. She didn't say this. I'm telling, we gotta be green. We gotta save the world. Look at the sewers are going to get backed up. So 2 people, 1 bathroom. That's what we should propose for the world. 2 people, 1 bathroom. 4 people, 2 bathroom. 6 people, 3 bathroom. 10 people, 5 bathrooms. Right? Yep. Someone's saying that Australian Prime Minister got run out of a mosque. Of course. Does Australia... I'm wondering... I'm going to get maybe... Got to get somebody on the show. I want to get someone on the show on the ground in Australia to find out if Australia has no-go zones yet. Because I know England has no-go zones. I know Canada now has strictly no-go zones. If you're Canadian, you can't go to parts of your country because you're gonna get killed. I wonder if Australia has no-go zones now for Australian people. Right? I know France has no-go zones. I'm just trying to think who else. Right? I think Americans have... There's nothing no-go in America. You just shoot them. Everyone gets shot, right? So it doesn't really matter in America. All right, let's see if anyone's bought your boy a coffee here tonight. All right, someone wants to join the email. Oh, Sandy sent me a cup. Wow, big coffee from Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Usually I get 1 or 2 coffees per show. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sandy. Not yet in Australia. Okay, so Frank Peter is reporting from Australia, and all right. I think we're gonna get a first-time caller here on the show, guys. A first-time caller here on the show. Wetting my beak here. Ice water. A little bit of lemon. All right, let's see if we can find a caller here for you guys tonight on Mike in the Night.
It's 3 a.m. in a one-stop town. Neon buzz and the world shut down. Coffee's cold, but the mic's still warm. There's a storm outside and another reform. Headlights roll down Highway 8. Folks still talking about the state of the state. Bills go up, paychecks thin. Feels like a house always wins. But there's a voice on the air tonight, cutting through that pale moonlight. Mike in the Night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a county sign. You can run, you can hide, you can close your eyes, but you feel that moving deep inside. At 3 a.m. when the silence is broken, old guitar and the truth outspoken. No teleprompter, no token, just a man saying I have spoken. Small-time farmers sit at trays, trying to read through the masquerades. Paper headlines, polished lies, but you can see it in the people's eyes. Granddad said, son, stand tall, don't let fear build your walls. Mama prayed by the kitchen light, said keep your heart strong through the fight. So he turns that dial a little more, like knocking on a closed back door. Mike in the Night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a warning sign. You can feel it shift when the clock strikes 3, like something's waking inside of me. At 3 a.m. when the static's spoken, old school fire that can't be broken. No script read, no words soft spoken, just a man saying I have spoken. Ain't about left, ain't about right, it's about sleep.
Right, guys, I'm trying to get Bad News Bruce on the show, but he's not picking up his phone. And he's just not picking up his phone. He wants to come on, he just messaged me, but he's just not picking her up. Bad News Bruce is not picking up the thing, so see if we can get somebody else on the show here. Let's take in some few first-time callers, guys. Come on. I want some first-time callers, man. First-time callers. It's really hard to. People keep asking me why I don't get. Okay, it looks like Ricky Spanish wants to call in. He's got something he wants to tell us. Let me call Ricky Spanish here real quick. Let's see if Ricky Spanish picks up the phone.
Ricky Spanish. Ricky Spanish.
All right, Ricky Spanish not picking up either. He wanted to call because he's got to go to work tomorrow in the morning early, but he's not picking up either. Oh, he's calling on here. Ricky Spanish?
Hey, what's up, man?
Holy smokes, how you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. Hey, I want to let you know I do read whatever you send me here on this account. I actually read everything you send me. If I don't reply, I'm not ignoring you. I'm reading it and processing it and thinking about it. So how you doing, Ricky Spanish?
What's up? I'm in weather. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead,
Can
buddy.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna close out the other video because I'm watching it and I'm like, you say my name and then I'm like, yo, make sure I answer.
Ricky Spanish.
What's up? I know you're busier than a fucking. Wait, I said the F word. Remember when you used to get yelled at? Don't say the F word. Like,
No, I don't mind if you swear. It's
back
Mike.
then. It was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, but it's Mike in the. Oh, that's when we were originally 6 years ago on YouTube before we got kicked off. Remember? And we got kicked off everywhere. Remember? We had to go hide.
Yeah.
We had to go hide everywhere. Ricky Spanish. All right. So
You didn't lose the account permanently, though, right?
but I was suspended 21 times though for like 1 month or 3 months.
21 to.
Yeah. I was suspended 21 times on YouTube. Yeah, and 2007 videos taken down.
I just moved in.
Yeah. So
All those videos taken down.
lots.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Since we've been so on point, why don't we get people to send money to Ricky Spanish and Mike in the Nights? Buy me a coffee.
Well, I do have the coffee. The coffee link is up, and the coffee link is up, and people send me. I
see everybody's talking about the gas prices. They're like, fucking, the gas costs more than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, dude, we're talking about $4 a liter in New Zealand right now.
Yeah, you guys work on liters. I don't even know.
So it's like 3.5 liters. So 4H. Let's say $12 a gallon.
Get the heck out of here. You guys serious?
Dude, it's $45 for a pack of cigarettes in New Zealand.
They were showing like a line around the building that the Chinese running out of gas over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
Yeah, again,
What
it's
are they gonna do? You know?
Ricky Spanish, you're old enough to know what this is. This is 1973 oil, 1973 all over again. Remember the whole oil problem with OPEC and all that bullshit? They cut back on oil production on purpose to start this problem.
Yeah.
It's 1973 part 2.0.
Well, I was selling that as a broker, right? It was like 2003, 4, 5, 6, and then people just get exhausted. I'm already exhausted. Fuck, I don't even want to have a car. Like they're trying to, spend millions of dollars on bike lanes. Like that's going to help the future, right?
Well, walking everywhere is good.
It sucks, but yeah, 1973. One time I put, like 30 years ago, I put my number in for people to sell me as an investor.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
And then I get a phone call. The guy is pitching oil. He's from Texas. And I was like, send me your prospectus. And he sent and I took the whole thing. I used it. And I was like, this thing is great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, you're so right. And it was like 30 years ago, though. I mean, you could be doing it since the since I don't even know, since the Rothschilds began, right? It was like 17th century.
Mm-hmm.
They changed their name. You know, I listen to everything. So, Raven calls in. I appreciate that. Raven's always on. We just say it's just very parallel.
Well, a lot of us are
I was the
parallel.
one
We're
to
kind
point
of,
out that, and nobody, even fucking Porno Pete, called up and said, "No, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know why you guys are always talking about this shit." And then it turns out right.
well, Portal Pete.
She was
right?
all over it. She was like the number one.
I can't get.
Like 6,000 comments or whatever. You don't even see a third of what
I can't get a hold
was
of Porno
actually
Pete.
put out.
I can't get a hold of Porno Pete anywhere. I tried old emails and messages. So Porno Pete, if you're watching Mike in the Night, can you please contact me or Ricky Spanish if you can?
Ricky Spanish.
Yeah. I've been affected. Like, this whole thing, I don't give fucking news. I give like, I know I'm kind of like making it public and I'm not profiting off it. Like, a lot of this shit I knew directly, It's like an old school saying. You learn a lot who you rub your shoulders with in elevators.
Right.
I've been seeing a lot of different things. But, yeah, man, I'm just, I guess you like looking forward. That's what market is. Market is looking forward. So everything's looking forward into chaos. So welcome to the fucking show, right? And all these other people, I think you're exhausted too of all the grifting.
Oh.
It's pretty transparent nowadays how much people made money on the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not I'll let somebody else share their opinions on people who've grifted billions of dollars off the whole situation stories. So you can just tell by my voice. It's not my favor. I don't do the grifting. I mean, I set up a Ricky Spanish buy me a coffee, but
Send me the link.
I just kind of try to be like, if it's 1970s people were kind of resilient. Most of those people.
It was a different. Families looked out for families. We had neighborhood watch. You had block parties. You had barbecues. Everybody's new. And everyone was getting baptized, or there was going to be a first communion. Everyone was together. It was different, man. It was different.
Well, I had a Karen fucking with me today, and she called the PD on me. Like, yeah, bro. I called her. He's like, because I was with somebody else, and he was like, she actually called. And then I was like, all right, so I guess I got to walk over. And then I told her, the only thing I said was like, this is abuse of the system.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we deal with a lot of these people. This is the type of shit we're dealing with. We get nonstop psychological warfare, and then fuck people who don't work. Everybody sits in their house all day collecting checks. I got to go to work and then pay into their system so they can sit home and do nothing and complain.
Yeah.
She just made some shit up like everybody else. Even when they made shit up. I've been thinking of calling you because just this whole war situation and everything going on, like those people that messed up your Facebook account, those are those people that are involved. Then they consider themselves like a specific group. And there's been some discussions, right? But a lot of fake shit. Like now people are being more conscious that I was talking about fake realities like 4 or 5 years ago. I've been talking about it for 30 years. And in fact, I'm going to do something about it. Mm-hmm. I am working on it and I'm already on it. So there's an open situation I've created, and they don't know how far I've dug the hole in the little, you run little rabbit holes and run around making holes all over the place. I already created deep hole. They were like, their excuses, he changed his address. Yeah, I changed my address. I like to move. I like to enjoy my life. And people trying to tell me where to live, especially nobody wants to live in places with, they right now they're having a large private credit crisis, and they should be more focused on how to manage their own books. I think what's going on is there's been a lot of access to a lot of foreign companies that get listed on American stock exchanges that aren't of accounting standards.
Mm-hmm.
Literally got documents I've been reading lately where they just put companies, list them. For some reason, they need 400 shareholders. So the company gave 400 people shares for free and considers that like a way to get listed.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Joe Schmo got a foreigner went down to the exchange, the regulatory people. They gave him money, said, yeah, we gave 400 people these shares. And for some reason, this has been going on. You got the one company on Friday, SMCI, Supermicro.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing this fraud for ongoing for a long time. And they're Chinese.
I remember
whatever they foreigners, whatever.
Was it 2020 or 2021? You came on the show and you were telling us about these Chinese fraudster front companies that when you were working, I think it was Lehman or Goldman Sachs or wherever you were working there on.
Yeah, I'm going in on that shit. Like, I'm saying this shit, like, it affected me and it shouldn't be going on right now. They're allowing it right now. So they locked up these two people. And then the one Chinese guy's on the lam. They say, oh, yeah. The thing is that it's the network. It's those people with those two other countries. They just constantly work together.
Yeah.
So they're doing that right now, like with the Supermicro. And then it just shouldn't be allowed. And it can get somebody very irritated. Well, but what do you expect when you have a president who has a past history with the Securities Exchange Commission for cease and desist orders for proceeding in fraud?
That was in 97,
he was putting out
right?
fake press releases, right? And he made fake press releases, and I lost over 6 figures, right? I could have put that money in Bitcoin back in 2010, and the bastard put me broke. That's his fucking problem. He's chaos magic. He's a magician. So all my friends who were like, I know, I think they know people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I already knew who they knew. So, like, it's not, who you know. It's how you keep it to yourself. You can know a lot of people. You don't have to go around bragging.
Right.
Some people have to flex. He was a flexer. He was, he's an influencer. So he wanted to, like, control. But, I considered his brand. I let him do his thing. Other people are like that, and they try to like control too much. There's just too much chaos. I try to tell him because like a lot of those influencers are in, in groups. They're whatever. It's
yeah, they all work
they
together
come in
and they
like
collaborate
a package,
and they come
like
they come on each other's. They collaborate. They come on each other's channels and they sell the idea through multiple groups. And all these people came after a lot of these people. Ricky Spanish came after 2020 after the damage was done.
So it's a big forensic. It's a whole thing. The whole thing's going to be a disaster for them because now, like, what they did to me was like, I was like, yo, you guys need to give me my stockbroker license back. And instead of doing that, they were like, no, you did a failure to act. And I'm like, a failure to act? If you monitored and oversaw the companies you registered and didn't allow Chinese companies or whatever, straw men, Chinese names, and then there was some guys in Florida or West Coast that were like really running this show, who knows? They got tons of free shares, right? They got so once they got the company listed, they could do offerings and they could put millions and millions of shares. 10 million shares is easy. 20 million shares, somebody just puts it up. They do a listing. It goes on a secondary offering. And they cash out. And they all went to this one guy in Florida. I started looking at it. I was looking at the complaint. And it's like they would offering people, like even brokers. They were all, it says in the complaint, it's like they gave people as like, every share like that you sell or something that gets sold, they would give them another share. It's not, it shouldn't be allowed. And for them not to act on it, and then it affected my license, I said, you've messed with my livelihood. I'm already asking for, like, I'm going after them. I'm waiting for an opinion right now. And they said they transferred my stuff. Because this is real, this is my life. And they mess around and tried to say that I was failing to act. So who the heck is failing to act? Because if you did your job in the first place, knew what the heck you were doing, you wouldn't have Chinese companies with straw men and
it's like the government
and
of
people
Canada.
not even from,
If
what I
the
mean?
government of Canada protected the money laundering that was coming in from China, the $2.4 to $2.6 trillion from 2010 to March 2024, the Canadian government, bring your money in, no questions asked. Vancouver model, bring your money into Canada. Now, a one-bedroom apartment, $700,000. People can't afford to eat here, Ricky Spanish. So if these people that were supposed to be, and the fentanyl coming in from China, where do you think fentanyl comes from? It doesn't come from America. It comes from fucking China. So if they actually did their job and protected and did their work instead of fucking killing us here and then telling us, oh, would you like assisted suicide, sir? So it's like total fucking bullshit, Ricky Spanish. I know where you're going. Anyways.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go that way, but I just it's. It's frustrating to me now because I see this company. We've been kind of like, I pointed it out to people. So then you get the 1 to 2 people who maybe hit my play. I didn't really play it. It's just there's stuff because I can just look at a company within seconds. And even this one company, this was like 25 years ago, but it still reports on my license. Like I wanted to go to a bigger bank. I could go to a bank right now. They'll hire me, but I have to pass all the licensing. I told them, 1, to give me my license back, and 2, like, you got to pay me. Like, I want $2 million a year for the last 20 years. So, if they're listening, you better start paying me something because I've got more to come. Like, I got like 10 different things I could do with these cases against them. So I'm filing these petitions, and they're listening, but then they're giving me ideas to file more. That's what they did. Like, how are you going to tell me I'm failing to act when you guys are not monitoring? They got the Bitcoin. They don't understand the depth of that. Once that unravels, that's going to pull everything down. First, it's the private credit, right? There's tons of money in default. Okay, everybody thinks because Airbnb exists, they could do rentals. No, it's not built like that. Not everybody could get a home loan. You know what I mean? That's why housing has to be affordable, and it's not supposed to be speculated upon.
Exactly.
When all these contractors get in, they get mixed in the deals, and then the contractors will say, oh, I need 30-40% of the value of the house. Because you'll start to see, back then they would do negative amortization. So they'd be like, oh, don't worry. We'll give you the lower payments, and then you defer onto the back end of the loan. That was where, once you went negative, it wasn't that good. But now it's the no doc loans, right? So you can get, 10, 20 houses. You don't need any income. Imagine as long as you got 10% down, you go ahead. Here's 10 houses, right? But those houses eventually they're going to put them on the market and they're not going to be able to sell. Maybe 20 years ago that would work. 10 years ago, 2010 when it started taking back off again. But not at the highs. People already. I've seen some listings 60% discounts.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and I'm not even touching them
Canada's
yet. You know what I mean?
Started.
I've been buying foreclosures for people, like, because that's what I did when I wanted people to make money. In like 2012, I had people buying foreclosures. People wouldn't, I would just show them like, hey, I just saw this foreclosure, because I would even read the paper and see who would put out a notice, and I would read the foreclosure and be like, oh. But those made people money because, if you're buying them for cheap, like 50,000, and then you get to hold it.
Wept.
But
Jesus wept. 50,000 in Canada, you can't even buy a parking spot for $50,000 in Canada. Jesus wept. Canadians, if
Yeah, but
Canadians
nobody
only
wants to
knew-
go to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have houses in Canada. I don't think I'm ever going up there. You know what I mean?
All right. Ricky Spanish,
Maybe if
we're
it
going to
was.
let you go. We got some first-time callers coming on the show.
Well,
We'll get you back on. Don't worry. You're not
You're
going
like the
anywhere.
two stop sign town. Anyway, I appreciate Mike. Yo, I try to call you. Stop being so busy.
Call me
Trying
during
to
the
get a
week.
hold of you.
I'll pick up. I'll turn on the ringer on the Instagram during the week, okay? Just for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
brother.
appreciate it, man.
God bless
All
you.
right,
Bye-bye. All right, guys. That is Ricky Spanish.
Ricky Spanish.
Here on Mike of the Night. And we got Bad News Bruce. I'm trying to get Bad News Bruce on the show, man. And this gentleman has actually came out of his way, I don't know how many hundreds of miles, to come and talk to me here, to talk to me at my store. And I got a $5 super chat. Thank you, Canadian AI. Says, you see that the U.S. sanctioned a Vancouver shipping company for funding IRGC operations. And Canada hasn't done anything. We have a big problem. Oh, Canada, what is it going to do? Nothing. We're finished up here. Canada's an idea. I was for Canada for many years. But then after it started betraying its own people and kicking out the people that built and fought for this country and giving them fucking assisted suicide. Oof. All right, who else is everyone's complaining about my lighting, guys. It's just the lighting's pretty dim in the room. I guess my head is just amplifying some color. I did put some moisturizing cream on my head so it feels nice and soft. And my face too. See, I don't look like a 47-year-old man, right? Fangulo! Somebody said in the try to help my best friend. Leo's going body inflammation. It's affecting his hands, movements. His leg can't walk. My friend refuses to go to the hospital because of maid. We should get her friend on the. We should get Elizabeth's friend on the show here, Leo, finding out why he doesn't want to go to the hospital in Canada. Because if you see my video, I'm scared. Go look up my channel and type in "I'm scared" on my channel. And I asked people, "Are you scared to go to the?" Let's maybe read some comments on that video. I'm scared. Are you scared to go to the hospital in your town or in your country? Foreclosures are in all-time highs, as fucking ridiculous as Silent Walk. All right, let's try and get a Bad News Bruce on the show. See if Bad News Bruce picks up this time. Yeah, we should get Leo on the show. Get Leo on the show. Find out why. Because if you look up "I'm scared," here, guys, once in a blue moon, just for me, just for my sake, just for me, once in a while, go to the channel. Go to the channel like this. If I tell you to look up or something, go here, go search. Look, just type in anything, war, anything you type in, it all comes up on the channel. We just passed, 6,200 videos. So you go here, just type it, "I'm scared." Right there. I'm scared to go to the hospital. Now, how long ago did...
Hey, guys.
How old is this video? This is from 3 years ago. Look at the comments. This is why they want to ban me. This is not one-liner or two-word comments like Joe Rogan. The DNR is the first thing they asked. My husband's hemorrhagic stroke, brain aneurysm burst. Look at this. My uncle went to the hospital with COVID. He was there for about 3 days and was scheduled to go home on an oxygen tank. My son was born at home. He once had to get a checkout at the hospital. This was a year and a half ago. I got thrown out. Hey, Mike, I recently found the channel. I really like the realism. There's just, look at this. Look at the paragraphs and paragraphs of people that are scared to go to the hospital. I'm scared to go to my hospital. Are you scared to go to the hospital? And I wrote "maid" there. That was 3 years ago. Okay, Leo is going to call in. So we're going to a first-time caller here on Mike in the Night, guys.
Good at night about working hard and keeping faith and calling out what just ain't straight when the world feels cold and tight. a voice in the dark saying it'll be alright. My given night, hear the tone, front porch truth over dial tone. 3 a.m. and the veil's wide.
Yo,
Yo,
how
how's
you
it going,
doing,
brother?
How you doing, brother? All right, so we got
Not good.
our friend Leo here on the show. Please just lower the show in the background if you have it on the background. Lower it.
Oh, it's already off.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Leo, you're in Canada. You're out east. You're in Ontario. What the heck is going on, brother?
I don't trust hospitals. I'm in super pain for like 8 days now, and I just don't trust the hospitals. What I heard, not just maids, but people died during the COVID.
Your mom.
Purposely. My mom did, and so on. So I don't trust hospitals whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sorry, and I don't blame you for not trusting hospitals. I don't trust the hospital. No. My wife went to the hospital. She cut her arm on something. I don't know how, but she cut her arm. And she had to go in to get stitches, and it took her 11 hours to get stitches.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And she kept bleeding out every time they had to come bandage her, and there was blood all over the floor, and they had to come and clean the blood every time. And, yeah, but I'm not trying to scare you with that story. So what is wrong with you?
My hands are in pain. I get painful shots, every now and then, like surges of pain in my hands and my feet. I have neuropathy way before this week, so I'm combating neuropathy, and now I have on my hands as well. So I think it's from neuropathy.
How old are you?
I don't know. I just got all of this in like 8 days ago.
How old are you?
I'm 57, gonna be 58.
Okay. So, and how do you know you have the symptoms that you're saying? Did you look it up? Is that why?
Yeah, I looked it up. A lot of people, like my friend, think that I have diabetes. Nope, I don't have any symptoms of diabetes. One nor two, so I can't be diabetic.
Okay.
But ever since I ate some cake 8 days ago, it flared up. Sugar spike.
What's the first thing I told your friend when she messaged me? I told him get him off the sugar right now. Sugar is killing.
I haven't done any sugar 8 days now.
Yeah, you stay off all sugars, man. And you know what? If you want to live longer, stay off the carbs too. There's some good carbs.
I haven't done carbs.
Potatoes, a little bit of potatoes here, and not French fries. Potatoes, baked potatoes, not too bad. A little bit of that, but stay the hell off the sugar. All sugars, man. Okay.
All sugars and carbs.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to, and then maybe now a lot of people are asking us here in the chat. Did you take any of the vaccines?
Pardon? My friend was trying to say something. Could you repeat again, please? Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. Did you take any of the vaccines?
Vaccines? No. Me and my friend, we were the ones going purposely places without masks, holes in masks for people to see that I'm not afraid. I stand up. I went to malls everywhere without a mask, and they were all looking at me as if I was a terrorist. I don't give a damn.
So no te pasa nada.
Yeah.
Nada.
I passed the word out because I knew Kevin J. Johnson. He started this years ago, so I knew him since like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hearing his shows, and he got me smart on COVID, which is bullshit.
Did you ever see me on his show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I would. You don't have a friend that's a doctor, like someone that could come to your house and talk to you and check you out?
No, I don't know anyone like that.
I'm just trying to think if you know someone that could just come and just talk to you off the books.
But
right?
I've been taking these teas at home for the past 7 days. It's been improving little by little. And like turmeric and what is it, Liz? Turmeric, cayenne, honey, and black pepper to make it go. And it's been working. I've been drinking 1 or 2 cups.
Okay.
And Mike, and your idea, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start that.
Can you?
No, I should drink that 4 times a day.
Every 6 hours. So if you
Every
want to
6 hours, so
straighten
how
out your
much?
blood levels, what I do is I take 2 shots of water, 2 shots of apple cider vinegar, and two teaspoons of cinnamon, canela, right?
Yeah, Canela.
Yeah,
Each day, right? Yeah,
every six
each
hours
time.
for the
Every 6 hours.
for
Okay.
4 to 5 days, and then after 4 to 5 days, every 6 hours, then once a day, and that streamlines your blood levels.
Okay. So I make that mixture and I divide it into four, or just drink all of that at once.
Oh no, you drink one time, two
One
shots, and
time.
one time, one 4 times a day. Just
Okay.
do it. I did it for 4 or 5 days, and then now I'm
Okay.
streamlining. I don't get tired in the afternoon.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good after I eat. I still have energy. I
Awesome.
want to go out and do stuff. Before I would eat, I want to
Fantastic.
go to sleep, and now it's streamlined. You know.
Yeah. Here I am in bed with my hands. I can't move my pillow. Nothing. I have to ask my friend to help me move my covers, so on, and help me get up.
It's the body of flame.
It's inflamed my body, she's saying.
So what do you
So I don't
guys?
know anyone.
So what do you
I'm just gonna
guys
do what you're
recommend in the
saying.
chats? What do you guys what do you guys know of in the chats, or who can you guys recommend for him in the chats to see online? Because there's a lot of good doctors online too, eh? There's a lot of good
I
doctors
hope
online that are honest, and they just try to help you out, right? And
real health experts would be great.
yeah, yeah, any health experts that could, because you're looking for a more natural path, right? You don't want this
Natural,
bullshit.
yeah. I've been
Yeah,
into naturopath
yeah.
for a while.
So someone's saying
But
Dr. Robert Young.
Young, okay.
Dr. Robert Young is one.
I've heard of him. He was with Phillips. Mr. He has his own show, American Canadian. The American Canadian guy. I forgot his show name, but yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard
Yeah,
of them of that
yeah.
doctor.
Anyway, any other doctors, guys? I'm just waiting for people to come through.
Mike, can I say something about the maids?
Oh yes,
Maids.
were
Oh
you
my
offered
God.
maids
Yeah,
when you
the
went to go fix your
maids.
passport?
Maids.
The maids in the
Passport to hell.
hospital do not, it's a warning.
Uh-huh.
If you go to the hospital and the doctor mentions maids, do not sign no papers.
Yes.
Plus the doctors are now the power of attorney, not the family member or who you decide as power of attorney. It's the doctor in the hospital.
Mhm.
So as the family or friend turns their back away from the patient, the doctor could kill that person right there and then.
Yep.
Staying away from the hospital completely.
Yeah. We did you see my little short I did on that about 6 months ago about how now the doctors have complete control over you, over
Oh
your
my
family,
God.
and they killed that lady without even telling the
Jesus.
family, and they
No, I
killed
don't
that
think I've seen.
and that 22-year-old. They ended up killing through MAID because he was going through depression, without the family
And that's-
knowing.
And that's the reason why Leo, Portuguese Leo here from Madeira, Funchal, in Ontario, Canada, will not enter a hospital.
No way in hell.
He doesn't even want to tell his family because those libtards family of his will force him to go to a hospital.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear this. Okay, what if you went to? Okay, just bear with me on this one, okay?
Okay.
What if you just went to a walk-in clinic? Okay, you're not going to the hospital. You go to the walk-in clinic, right?
Okay.
Go to the one on Lawrence and Dufford and Lawrence there by Yorkdale Mall.
Well, I live in Mississauga.
Oh, you're in Mississauga. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so go to a walk-in clinic and tell them what's going on, and tell them you just want to do some blood work at a blood clinic. You don't want to go to the hospital.
Okay.
And then they'll do the blood work for you at a blood clinic, and then the walk-in clinic will call you to come in if there's a problem, right? You don't have to go to the hospital.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I'll try that.
Get in your car, go to a walk-in clinic. They're open. Some of them are 24 hours a day. You walk in, give them your healthcare card, tell them what's wrong. You sit down 20, 30 minutes. Somebody will come and see you. They'll look at you, tell you what's wrong, so you don't have to go to a hospital, right?
Okay.
And then
I'll
I
call
think
an Uber.
Yeah. I think you should go to a walk-in clinic that's open to. I think you should do that. And then from the walk-in
do that.
clinic, they can take you to a blood lab to get they give you the papers. Here's the papers. and then you have to make an appointment for the blood lab on your own. And then you go get your blood work, and then the clinic will call you back if there's a problem. You don't have to even touch a hospital.
Okay, I'm doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, do that tomorrow. 100%.
Okay, thanks for that. I'll
Yeah.
try. Oh, but the thing is, when you take those shots,
shot?
do you take like when they go for the blood work, you don't take those shots, right? Because they want, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well, it'll streamline your
I'll
blood
take
is
the
what you're
shot.
doing. You pour, so you take a shot glass and you fill it with 2 waters and 1 big cup, and then 2 apple cider, and then 2 teaspoons of canela there. How do you say canela? Cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon.
Yeah, and the pure cinnamon, not the aftermarket sugar, the real one. You take that every 6 hours. That will streamline your blood, and you'll have energy. Woo! You'll be like,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
good.
that's me. I always have energy, except now I feel like a little drowsy and all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that. Go to the walk-in clinic. Yeah, go to the walk-in clinic. Like I said, it's not a hospital, and
will do. Yep.
and then just see what they tell you there and get a perfect. You're paying for it in your taxes anyway,
Yeah, I'm paying for it.
so
True.
you're paying for it. Might as well go just use it, right, when you can.
But I see my hands improving. So what I'm doing, plus yours now, I wonder if it's worth doing that or just stick with it, and like another 3 days, right? I'll just improve.
Well, but if you get if they say, okay, you got this wrong or this wrong with you in your blood, then you could find a natural pathway to get off it or fix yourself instead of giving the medication they want to sell you, right?
Okay,
And you know
yeah.
exactly what to look up online. You know exactly what you could do to heal yourself. You don't have to go, you know what I mean? You don't have to go take the medication they're going to prescribe you in the future. You could just go and say, well, I'm going to look up a natural pathway to fix myself, right?
Wise way.
I'm concerned about Leo's urine. It's dark
Yeah, because I've been
yellow.
taking that stuff to clean out.
Yeah, he's
The
probably
last time I ate
detoxing.
sugar and carbs was over a week ago. So
Yeah. Yeah.
see, yep.
So anyways, all right, guys, good luck. Be good. Stay strong, and do what your heart feels is right. And we'll call you back in about a week or 2 to follow up on you. Okay, Leo?
That's great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you,
God
brother.
bless you, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Nice talking with you.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. All right. Well, I hope he gets better soon. All right. Let's go back here. Man, I got 57 things. Okay, I got like 57 things. Okay, we got Bad News Bruce. Wants to make a first-time call on the show. And Bad News Bruce knows a lot of shit, right? Bad News Bruce knows a lot of stuff about what's going on here in Canada. Okay. Okay, I'll call one sec. We're gonna try and get Bad News Bruce on the show, guys. Make sure you turn off the your radio if you can while you're listening, or your device when you call into the show, so we don't get any what do you call it, confusion.
Hey, 3 a.m. Moon up high tonight. Mike and I. Oh! Street light shining on the bay. Radio talking far away. Wind blowing soft and slow. Something in the night say go. Oh, bar radio playing low. Truth in the rhythm start to grow. From the docks to the city lights, everybody hearing Mike in the night. Oh, where you going at 3 a.m.? Listening to Mike in the night again. What's that voice coming through the line? Voice of the Commonwealth every time. Hey, Mike in the night. Hey, Mike in the night. Something moving you Old guitar in a rum.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, how you doing?
Excellent, Mike. Good to hear from you.
All right. Sorry, is this who's calling? Sorry, I just you don't have to give me your
This
real.
is Bruce here at I used my other account.
Oh, okay, yeah. That other account works too. That other one
Yeah,
works.
on my laptop it was having a hard time on that
All right, no
to
worries.
connect.
No
So I'm
worries.
on my iPad right now.
No
and I had
worries.
to switch accounts.
No worry, buddy. All right, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, I got I've been talking to people in the trades there.
Mm-hmm.
And technical, and I found out that there's like 3 million people being deported right now, and we're removing all foreign power, and no foreign funding to any of the housing markets or anything. So I've really took this whole situation, and I was, for the last 10 years, I was attacking everything that going against the system and everything it stands for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just amazing, the court case and $1.3 billion court case. And it's just so complicated that it's actually controlling the government, and I kick them out. And then I give it back to the land, because in my great grandfather's will it says that I'm protected by cultural property. That's of the Niska Nation, so that makes me Treaty First Nations. That's another nail in the head.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly are you talking about? The First Nations treaties that's going on? Are you talking about the Chinese money laundering? What are we talking about here?
Well, there's a lot of going on, but right now this is it's about the Chinese control.
Oh, Chinese are everywhere. The Chinese have control of our total drug supply in Canada. All the drugs, they're being replaced with fentanyl. All our marijuana that we have here, all the other drugs that we have that are supposed to be safer drugs, are being all cut and with fentanyl. Everything's being mixed with fentanyl from China. Fentanyl comes from China, comes from factories, and we reported on these factories years ago. And now it's coming to light. Now it's coming. And from the United States, we're reporting on that factory in Juarez, Mexico, where they were pressing drugs in a Chinese lab and moving it north into the United States. So basically what's happened is China has everything. Now, you know what's coming out? You know what's coming out, Bruce?
What's coming out?
The farmland. I've been looking into farmland for the last year and a half. We've been reporting on Chinese farmland in Canada that own, and they just build houses on them, and they don't work the land. But here's the deal. How much Chinese farmland in Canada is on the U.S.-Canadian border? And that's actually becoming something now, finally. Finally, so many years I've been warning about this, and no one gave a shit. Oh, you're just a conspiracy nutball. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So here we are, Bruce. Here we are.
Yeah. So now I live here in Surrey, and I've been working with actually the Muslims. They love me here. Okay. And I've ID'd their agenda, like, daddy, I'm not going to get my house of white slaves. And the agenda is to take everything on the border, the Indians there, all the way to Lions Bay. They want to control everything. And it's actually through the Chinese of the Qing dynasty of Jacob Astor setting up all the ports and Costco to actually sink the. I got a lot of facts, but I figured it out after all my 10 years that the Jacob Astor was killed so Chinese can control the ports, and his wife married Roosevelt, and Churchill's all in there, and then the CIA controls all the ports, and all the Chinese are control everything, but now that's been taken away, and we choke and hold on all the oils and supplies coming out in Iran. No more weapons to Iran. This whole thing is collapsing now, and we're saved. And so once we control the opium because the UBC is going in for genocide now because I sued them for $1 billion because of the BC molybdenum mine in the Niska Nation territory makes me treaty First Nations as cultural property. I'm a land protector now, so then you can't change it. We're keeping it, no more building and all this. So now that I've talked to the Niska, I've appointed myself as First Nations, and this is how I get my nation's thing. And then we resided in his will in the Union Theological College of UBC. So that's the Church of Canada. So I took that all to court, and now I've appointed myself as father of the church and the Niskan First Nations, taking back the land. I've had enough. I'm in rebel of everything of foreign power, and I just slaughtered everyone's agenda. And no more religious enslavement of the world. As my large fortune in Holland, all the Muslims are saying I'm the one getting a large fortune in Holland. It's in my writings and all this. So then I attacked that 10 years ago. And then I found out who's married to who and all this. So I learned a lot about history, and the Qing dynasty is the Jacob Astor's go-ban of the China steam mail ship of human trafficking to bringing the Chinese to control all the ports, and through the UBC and the genocide, there's a court case. They got audited because I took them to court. And then the judge says, that was an amazing case. And then she said, that's way over my head. The Supreme Court judge said, and then she said, I have no authority to rule over this case. So, and then I talked to Robert LeBlanc. He was right there, head lawyer of City of Vancouver. Oh, nobody sees him. I took him to court, and I said, oh, I guess you won, eh, Robert? And he goes, oh, no, we didn't. And so I asked AI. I talk to AI all the time about the situations, and they said that you truly did you want the case. They're working on my orders. 5 acres beside Ocala, we purchased, that was taken from the Vancouver Burrard of the Social Credit Department, crossed out the Queen on the title of the 5 acres to say BC Building Corporation. I slapped this in court. I just knocked them all right out. And the UBC, the paralegal lawyers, that was a joke. And even Robert LeBlanc, gagged on that one too. He was like laughing and turned into the head lawyers for James at the Burnaby City Hall, because I took all the cities to court, and it was just amazing that all by myself. Mm-hmm. I just gathered the facts, and then I asked AI, and they said that I'm a discovery rule. So this goes back to 1940, and I'm a special case. So then you use the discovery rule to lock out the statute of limitations, and then you are a special case, and only the facts. And I gathered up all the facts and the will and the contract and the breach of contract for $1 billion, and I just knocked this whole thing out. And the petition of rights means that you're protected under their oath, because I found my family was deleted, and we died on the Diamond Ranch, and we were Zion. Like the BC Yukon Freemason building, a new one went up. I thought for sure they would give me a house in there, because I locked in land and water rights and directors of the Pit Lake mine. I'm a knockout for them, and I'm just shoving this whole thing up their ass, and then there's going to be no more bad mouth than any white man on an elevator with Chinese in there. I've had enough of the bad mouthing in another language. I'm sick. That's why I rebel so much of this grumpy humor and all this my whole life, and I never knew nothing until. And I found it all out, and now I'm the most amazingest guy, and I'm just so happy to be on with Mike.
Well, thanks for being here tonight. Everybody gets honored with a nickname when they come on the show, and if I was going to give you a nickname, sir, you know what I'd call you? The one man gang.
One man. Well,
one man gang.
Woo!
The one man gang.
I got this.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're putting a lot out there. You're working hard. You're connecting the dots. You're doing what you have to do, and we need more people like you. I'm doing what I have to do because I'm at a capacity level. You know where I'm at, and trying to do
And you
what
get the word out.
You know, doing what I can, but it's we're in a Canada was an idea for the longest time. You know that. Canada
Yes.
was an idea. But nothing was really manifested properly. Nothing was, I don't know. I don't even know where it's going anymore.
Nobody knew what to do, dude.
And we're in this situation, and it's upsetting so many people. And a lot of the people that built and fought for this country are just, you know what they're doing, Bruce, is they're just walking away.
Yeah, they're not saying a word. I've been paying attention, riding the SkyTrain and the buses, and just to see the population has been dropping. I haven't seen as many people on the road. I'm walking along Broadway across the street, and there's no cars there.
Empty shell, buddy. We called it back 10, 15 years ago. Watch my videos. You know what I called this, Bruce?
What?
Skyscraper Dark Ages.
Yeah, it's all. That's 3 million is a low number. We're taking everyone out, and we're auditing everyone, and all the corrupt cops and the politicians and the people are connected to it. And we closed down. I inherited the racetrack. They shut down the racetrack because of the cocaine and the jockeys coming from. But and then I labeled the corruption in the court case. And I said, we anonymously funded because we started all the banks in Canada and founders of the YMCA. We were like, that's why Trump is singing YMCA all the time. And I couldn't get it. And then I said, oh, no, we're special financial secretary of the YMCA. We went for a meeting to the White House to start up all the banks in Canada, Great West Permanent Loans. And then this just escalated to a magnificent power. I'm so tickled by this whole thing, and you couldn't believe it for a second. And I'm just so happy that all this drama that we're talking about and all these things and there's no solutions. There's no solutions to anything we're talking about. And here I'm coming on and I'm like, bam, 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 bam. We're building sustainable. We're going to maintain our own communities, and we're going to look after our own side part of the government, if we want to call it that. Oh, and then I'm taking over the mines. So then I'm going to give it back to the Niska and everything. Like, I don't even want it. I just want to give it back.
Well, if you look at a lot of these, we were covering, Bruce, I think we were covering the biggest coal mine in BC is Chinese owned, and no Canadian hires.
Yeah. And they even made a BC Mollyburn mine, China Mollyburn mine in the States. So they're controlled that.
And they don't hire locals. They just bring in people for.
Nope.
Yeah, but they use our healthcare. If they get hurt, they use our hospitals.
China shipping.
Yep. So
that's why the genocide, and then we're stripping all the Chinese control and UBC. It's done.
Well, I hope they start getting them out of Parliament too, because why are we even doing business with the communists? Why are we even talking to a communist country? It makes no sense.
It was the agenda of the Zion and to control everything with the Jews, of the controlling all the churches, and we ran from the Christian faith and to Holland. And then we went to, they followed us. We're the Dutch. We're working in New York with the natives. And when the British came, we're fighting the British. Mm-hmm. And with the natives, we were like building gardens and all that. We were like a happy bunch of people. And then we got kicked to Canada over in Ancaster, for Lancaster, the Guildford, Surrey. All these names that just link them and just knock them right out. And they got so many lineages. Every lineage is a story of how and where the lineage goes. It's just amazing. Mm-hmm. I got thousands of books to write and movies to do. We need information. History.
Yep.
The real history.
Right.
And now I'm going to be remembered in the Union College. I've had enough of these Chinese controlling everything. And then they're using enslaved in educational camps of the Indians in Pakistan while they're feeding Iran to bomb them.
Yeah.
And then they're feeding Pakistan and India to bomb them. While their re-education program of all the Muslims, millions of Muslims are enslaved
Watch when
by
Canadians
the Buddhist Chinese.
watch when the Canadians start finding out that there's about close to 400 Chinese programs running in Canada, like programs running side by side with Canada, and watch what happens when Canadians find out about a Chinese program working with Canadian government for U.S. for making MAID assisted suicide. That has a lot to do with Chinese influence.
They're killing a lot of people.
Yeah, that's Chinese influence, and also when Canadians start finding out about that one about MAID and about how the migration centers were Chinese and Canadian funded in cooperation with each other to bring in people from India to save the housing market, bring in 4 or 5 million Indians.
The agenda was wrong. The agenda was to control all security ports for the opium and the drug trade. It wasn't anything about what you're saying there. This is all just a cop-out. And see, they just bring them all in to spy on us and control and rape our women through the security systems and control all the parts and then bring people that have no right to, they haven't been logged in.
Right.
It's terrible. Now we got control over the ports. We give it to my friends. They're Italians, and we trust them because they know that the Hindus were taking all the control of the port, and we couldn't have it. So we strip all of them from the port, and we control all the shipping.
I know. Kitimat's Portuguese. Kitimat's lots of Portuguese there.
Oh, that's up in Haida Gwaii.
Yeah. Portuguese built Kitimat.
Oh, well, that's in Prince George there.
Yeah, the 30...
Kitimat's right up north.
Yeah, that port. That's a very important port. But the Portuguese worked and built highways there, schools, everything. Portuguese were there 40 years. A lot of them, I think it was 18,000 Portuguese migrated there from Portugal to build that. There was a big thing in Portugal to bring them over to Kitimat to build a new town in future. And a lot of Portuguese worked to build that town. And a lot of the ports are still worked, and the longshoremen working there are Portuguese still. They've taken back control from the Chinese. The Chinese built a separate port there, and there's Chinese signs saying if you walk there, you'll be shot on sight. They don't even give a shit. They'll shoot you on sight there. I don't know if they still have control of that port up there. I don't know. But I knew they did back in 2018-19.
Okay, I didn't realize. I know Alcan's up there too. They make, and it's not aluminum. I talked to this guy of Alcan up there, and then he says that it's not aluminum, and you wouldn't want to know what's put in there. And the Scott paper, he says you wouldn't want to know how we make the toilet paper soft. He said you wouldn't want to know what you're wiping on your ass. I'm like, oh God.
Woo!
And people are smoking that aluminum foil, and it's toxic to their brains through the crack and all that. And we just shut them down with all that fentanyl and all this. We want to control everything instead of being it out of whack and people hungry for money. So we're just going to give everybody whatever they want and whatever they need for food, housing, everything, so they won't steal. And we don't need to have any illegal things going on. So we're just cleaning everything up and auditing everyone through the Starlink. And the Tesla car is the Tencent app. That's Chinese app to control the world, or the Tencent of the ICQ, the copyright from AOL, so we can sue Tencent, and Trump wants to knock that Tencent and stop it using it, controlling the Tesla car. Right. And this is where they get the control from and take pictures like Google. Every time a Tesla car comes, I'm putting my hands up
photographing the streets, photographing the area, taking surveillance for the Chinese.
Yeah, it's a spy car or a coffin. See, these World War III is going to be by the phone. I'm a telecommunications system specialist, 2 years training. And I know what's going to that cellular phone, and they're slowly killing you, and that's World War III.
Yep. Right on.
And the pagers, they blew up 150,000 pagers and killed most of them. And these ones were targeted terrorists, and they can do the same thing with a Tesla car and burn that out of it.
Yep, I predicted that a few years back, Bruce. If you remember, I predicted that. I predicted that was coming. There was going to be videos up from 2015. Go watch it. I predicted that was going to come.
There's so much that I have to continue doing. It's a lot of work, Mike, and I try to keep up to date on everything, and for you to us to think solutions and to be sustainable in our own city here. I do not mind the Muslims. I'm just shutting down their agenda, and no one's going to be saved, because Allah saved me if I rape or kill. Allah saves, but no more. We're stripped the religion of the enslavement, and there'll be no more abuse of women and killing of their own families, and all this stuff is going to stop. Right. And the world is so happy. Even the Buddhists are happy.
Yeah.
They're all abused in their religions and their education.
Well, the number one abused religion is my religion, Catholic, and Christians. We're being murdered and killed all over Africa for just simply praying or having just going to church, right? Genocide in East Timor, all this genocide that's happening to Christians, and we're being persecuted.
Well, if this country wasn't founded in the north,
if this country wasn't founded on Christian values, we wouldn't even be talking to each other today.
Yeah,
we wouldn't even exist here.
Control the north of Nigeria, and Trump. I sent him there, and I've been messaging Trump at the White House because he treats this like a business, he's not a politician, and every country is a business of corporations, and now it's what's happening is that we're gaining the control, and stripping, and India is on our side, and Pakistan.
All right. You said a lot for this phone call.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, we'll get you back on in a couple, 2-3 weeks to update us, and I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to call you the one-man gang, because you're the one man in a gang that's taking care of business, and no one messes with the one-man gang. You know that, right?
No, I'm untouchable.
That's right, brother. All right, Bruce, thanks for coming on Mike in the Night for a first-time caller. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the flip side. I'll see you in the comments. What's your name in the comments? Like in the chat?
Lord Bruce. Like I'm the hashtag on Facebook for Fortune of Orange, and explains everything. I just did a news release, and on payable of my orders of the court case. It's just so intelligent. It's right on my Facebook page. It's Bruce Myers on Facebook. And
put that link in our live chat in YouTube, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I got it here. This is on it's going to be on the, I'll put them on YouTube too, but I'm on your Facebook here too. Okay. So hashtag. Yeah. Okay, Mike.
God bless you.
God bless.
Goodbye.
Peace. Love.
All right, guys. That's the one-man gang. Oh, yeah. Lawsuits, going to court, setting things up, exposing. Wow. That guy's got energy. I'm going to talk to him in the next week or two. Slow him down a bit. Let's start from the top. Point form. Go through specifics. Because he's got lots of information for us. This guy's loaded with information. So we'll get him on in a couple of weeks. So D-Man is in the comments saying, I just did a news release myself, but I can't tell you. Thanks, Lord Bruce. Good work. The Raven has Instagram. He called into the show. The Raven called into the show like 2-3 times already on his Instagram. I think I even messaged him on Instagram. I think I even messaged him on Instagram a few times. Okay. Somebody messaged me here. Sorry, guys, going through some messages here. Okay. All right. Guys, send me a message. Yeah, I don't know why the Raven's saying he doesn't have Instagram. He's called into the show on his Instagram a few times already. I don't know why he would say that. Let's see who else is here. All right, guys, just add me on Instagram and go ahead and send me a message on here and tell me you want to come on to the show. I think Supreme Cannon, where is he? I think he messaged me. There he is. Let's see, I'm just messaging him if he's still there. We'll get some... Oh, Texas oil refinery is on fire. They're going to keep doing this, guys. You're going to be paying $10 a liter if you want to do $10 a liter if you want to do anything. Yeah. Oh, okay. He used his girlfriend's phone to call in. Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. I'm sorry, Raven. I did not know that part. All right, let's get our next caller in here on Mike in the Night.
You are now about to hear the voice of the Commonwealth. Straight out of Lyric, crazy podcaster named Mike Martin from the show called Mike in the Night. 3 in the morning and the city still breathing. Truth on the mic while the whole world's sleeping. News ain't real, man, the script's been written. Mic on the air and the signal ain't hidden. From the coastlines out to the prairie towns, people tuning in when the sun goes down. No suits, no script, just a mic in a fight. When the clock hits 3, it's Mike in the Night. They try to mute it, try to shut it tight, but the truth keeps running through the wires at night. Street level talk, no polished promotion, just the raw voice of the Commonwealth spoken. Mike in the Night, hear the broadcast roar, truth on the line like never before. 3 a.m. and the system's in sight, voice of the Commonwealth. Mike in the Night, Mike in the Night, cutting through the smoke, no safe lies, every word gets spoke. From the streets to the satellite height, voice of the Commonwealth, Mike in the Night. Government papers and midnight deals, backroom whispers spinning the wheels, but the people still watching, they reading between every headline flashing on a glowing screen. Radio waves cutting straight through the lies, late night signal, opening eyes, no filters here. When the words ignite, it's the underground hour, Mike in the Night. Truth move fast when the silence breaks. One microphone and the whole world shakes. They can try to spin it, but the people know when that midnight broadcast starts to flow. Mike in the Night, hear the broadcast roar, truth on the line like never before. 3 a.m. and the system's in sight, voice of the Commonwealth, Mike in the Night. Across cities.
What up, Miguel?
Hey, Supreme Cannon here on Mike in the Night.
It worked. It actually worked.
Of course it works. How you doing?
I'm doing groovy. How are you?
I'm doing good. I could barely hear you. It's like really super low. Are you guys having troubles hearing Supreme Cannon?
Hello. 1098-765-4321.
Okay. It just sounds a bit low. That's all on my end. I don't know. Let me know, guys, in the live chat if you could hear him properly. Okay, buddy. So the whole world is spewing. The whole world's falling apart, and it's breaking in real time as we speak. It's breaking apart.
Yes, sir. Everything we've been talking about, here it is. You're looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funky, man. It's funky. Well, all the preaching about prepping, this is what it's for, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know when it was going to happen. It's taken way longer than I thought it would, but, here we are.
Yep, we've been warning food preparations, fuel. I got a few tanks of natural gas there I keep telling people we're going into the spring, summer season and fall. always have a few tanks of actual gas for your propane for your barbecue. Because you can barbecue all day, all night. If you guys problems in the house or everything shut down, there's no power or whatever, you can barbecue 24/7. You know that, Supreme.
Absolutely. Yeah, you might want that. You know, if the grid goes down, power goes out, whatever, they have to divert it to something else. You get a brand new, you know, Amazon builds a new data center in your town or something, and the lights are out 12 hours a day. Well, at least you could still boil water and cook, right?
Yep.
It's the whole thing is out of control. It's just ridiculous anymore.
Yep. We're in yep. They needed to collapse so they could bring in the control, like that little short video I did today about it's going to be 1973 all over again, and they're pushing for 1973 all over again, right?
Yeah, well, the 1970s were they were a wild time. I think in the States there was something like 1,500 bombings.
Well, it was 1973 with the oil problems with OPEC, right?
The oil problem, yeah, and this time they can't crank interest rates to 20% because they got too much debt. So yeah, whatever they were trying to stop then, yeah, we're heading right into it.
Yeah,
here it comes.
Yeah, that 73 was a blueprint of that oil shortages that they manufactured. Those oil shortages when they cut back on oil. They purposely cut back on production oil and importing oil and all kinds. And it basically, you saw gas stations with signs everywhere: out of gas, no gas. Next place, no gas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The thing is that they were in kind of a race at the time with the British to be the world reserve currency. The British were going to talk to the Saudis about selling their oil in pounds.
Right.
The Americans got there first. So, you know, and they had the bigger Navy and the bigger military. So, and the Saudis, well, okay, yeah, you're going to come protect us and we can go, you know, build our big shiny cities and, you know, poop on models and whatever else they do, you know, like, yeah, great deal, eh? The problem is now they have to do something about Iran or no one's going to take that deal anymore.
No, well, Iran,
yeah, that's gonna be bloody if they try it.
Well, we were warning on this channel, Iran's not Iraq. This is a big, different can of worms you're opening here, boy. And it's going to be, it's going to be bad. And that's why all the Gulf states around aren't attacking Iran either, right? So something's going down, Supreme. And I think Trump made a mistake with this war, and because he's following, Israel's bidding. And in my opinion, he's saying he's having secret talks with Iran. Iran's saying, we covered this earlier in the show, Iran's saying, we're not talking to you. What the hell are you talking about? We haven't talked to you in 26 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, he could still be telling the truth. There is intermediation going on, I think, through Oman. And even in a war, even World War II, like the sides that were all fighting, they still had diplomatic access to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't hurt the Iranians at all after everything that's just been done to them to call Trump a big orange liar.
Yeah.
Right. They've got their own agenda. So, I'm sure that there's contact of some kind going on, but yeah, it's probably the same thing as with the Russians. Well, you guys ready to give up and surrender and do everything we tell you? And the Russians just laugh at them, right? Like, yeah, no, don't think so, buddy. Not after what you just finished doing to us and you continue to do to us. Yeah, no, the thing about the control grid and all that stuff is, they kind of already had it, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had mass media, you had a one world currency, you had the US dollar, you had all that. And now you've got competing systems that frankly are fairly robust, like the Chinese households own 3 times more gold than the US officially claims it has.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not falling to a system like this. And neither is Russia, and probably Iran isn't either. Yeah, the place is a fortress, and they're not Arabs. They're a different kind of people altogether, and they've got great engineers, obviously, because some of the stuff that they've been throwing around the Middle East is pretty wild. I have a cousin works in the oil patch. He's just left Kuwait to go back to his family in Dubai. He moved them all over there a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's been a shock for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're toughing it out, but I suggest to him on WhatsApp the other day, like, when you get back to your clan, you might want to, maybe bug out of there for a couple of weeks and watch it from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know, man. Like it just it seems like they're settled in for the long haul. Like they expect a siege. They expect, a war of attrition.
Yep.
They've been practicing for this for 25, 30, 40 years, So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be that simple. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the Americans pull a rabbit out of the hat here, but where Israel's concerned, I mean, as I understand it anyway, and everyone has their theories, but I think they told Washington, we've got some juicy intel that we know a bunch of their people are going to be in the same place, and we're hitting them. We're going to do it. So you can help or not. And I think it was just a matter of the neocons getting Trump's ear and saying, yeah, never mind the naysayers. Like, you kick in the door, the place will collapse. And then you've got your big win. He needs a big win now. And it doesn't look like this is going to be it.
I got the updated here. This is just breaking right now as we're speaking right now. This was posted 11 minutes ago. Massive fire breaks out at Texas oil refinery after reported explosion. A massive fire erupted Monday evening at Valero refinery at Port Arthur, Texas, following an explosion that sent a column of smoke into the sky and rattled nearby homes. Local residents are reporting hearing a loud boom and described a strong odor of sulfur resonating of rotten eggs. 12 News reported Antonio Mitchell of the Port Arthur Fire Department confirmed the incident occurred at the facility, but said details remain limited. And he says in quotations, "We don't have units at the scene currently. They're rolling out now. The type of incident is unknown at this time." So they're going to be targeting, just like they were targeting, remember, food facilities? Back in 2020, 2021, 2022, all these food facilities were burning down, and we were covering that on Mike of the Nights. Now they're going to be going after oil, right? And
absolutely. Yeah, Valero, the sulfur smells probably because they are one of the principal refineries that handles the Venezuelan oil, which is just basically, roofing tar that hasn't quite dried yet, and it's full of sulfur.
Yes.
So there's not too many places that can handle that stuff. So that's a setback because they do about 400,000 barrels a day. That's going to hurt for sure. I mean, refineries are dangerous places. Fires do happen. And that's why they're such big complexes, because they spread everything out. So, something like this doesn't take the whole thing down, but it's definitely a setback.
So Big Rob New Zealand is saying...
Could be a sleeper cell, Big Rob. You can't rule it out. You see those FPV drones, what they can do. Like someone could fly one in there and hit a storage tank or I don't know. I think those refiner vessels are, I think they're pretty heavy wall, but yeah. That's, we just can't rule it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. I have no doubt with the open borders all those years, there's lots of Iranians that, you hear of the odd one that, I came over here to, get ready for jihad, and I wound up marrying a big booty Latina and settling down with 5 kids instead. But, there's lots of them that are a lot more dedicated. So yeah, we'll see more, I'm sure. We'll see more.
So here we are. This is we're at this, I think we've passed the point of no return. They're going to have to go into this regardless. And it's costing, it's going to cost trillions of dollars, Supreme. We're looking at trillions of dollars. They're saying, 30 billion. This thing's going to go, if this becomes a war of attrition, this is going to cost taxpayers trillions and trillions. And now the Strait of Hormuz is under stress again. And it's causing the world economy we're starting to see gas prices reports from Australia. What was it? Like $3 or $4 a liter? And no, that was New Zealand. Sorry, we covered earlier. New Zealand is $4 a liter for gas in New Zealand right now, right? In Australia, we're getting reports $3.75 to $4.50 a liter right now in Australia. So
Australia, yeah, if you can get it, the Gold Coast, I've seen videos on X of gas stations. They're all closed, or they got nothing. They're selling, Snickers bars and cigarettes out of the store part, but there's no fuel.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah, it's going to be rough, and people aren't ready for it, and the governments that we have are not capable. They're not capable at all. They're not ready for anything like this. There's no emergency storage. There's no there's no slack built into the system at all. It's been just in time for so long, and now just in time isn't working, and yeah, lives are at stake. I have a feeling that people are going to go one of two ways. They're either going to start breaking into stores and siphoning gas out of cars. I'm sure that's happening in some places. A lot of people were hanging on by their fingernails for years now, Mike, and something like this, yeah, they're drowning. Yeah, you can expect a certain amount of desperation, but others, they'll pull together. They'll pull together and look after each other, and we'll get through it.
Again, this is now Canada, but see, Canada's got triple, quadruple whammy. They got the housing crisis that's now starting to collapse, and it's just getting started in Canada. Oh yeah, my one bedroom is still worth $440,000. No, your one bedroom's going to go down to $70,000, boy. And people are still have no idea.
It's cash value.
Huh?
Yeah. Everything's going to go to cash value.
That's it. So a lot of people
don't have cash now.
Oh, so Canada's got double trouble. We got the money laundering issue in Canada. We got the fentanyl issue in Canada. Now we got the fuel. People spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month for rent for a piece of crap unit. And now on top of that, we're going to be paying more for fuel, and then they're going to sell that again. Your food's going to go up because the cost of producing your food and producing and transporting your food will go up because oil's going up. Bullshit. We covered 10 years ago. It's on the channel. The video from 10 years ago. Oil was going to $20 a barrel, and our food doubled and tripled the next week after years of telling us from 2006, 7, 8, 9, all these years, oh, your food keeps going up because oil keeps going up to 120, 150 a barrel. And then it goes back down to $20. We made a video covering it and covering the headline stating, why is my food doubling and tripling when oil's at $20 a barrel?
Yeah, no kidding, yeah. Well, a lot of that was price control, too.
It was all price control, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and that's the problem with price controls. Is this what happens to socialist countries? They control the price of everything, and what happens? Well, you get shortages. Because it turns out that the supply and demand curve. That's what happened with housing too. The supply and demand curve. Obviously, the influence of laundering was a huge disruption. But
dude, there's like
the supply and demand curve haven't intersected for years.
There's 3 million empty units across 3.2 million empty units across Canada. Owned by foreign investors.
Just sitting there. Well,
just sitting empty.
If it comes down to people sleeping and freezing to death under a bridge or finding themselves an empty place to stay, a lot of those places are going to get occupants, whether the previous buyers expected it or not. Like, people are going to eat. If they can't afford to eat, well, they're still going to eat. And, the authorities are going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, and then we have problems with our water, apparently. We have problems with a lot of problems. Our piping and infrastructure that's, distributing water to cities and stuff. Apparently that's all fucking shit. I mean, there's lots of stuff. Farmlands, Chinese-owned farmland on the U.S. border. Fuck, man, it's nonstop, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's Canada.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, the infrastructure, I mean, the problem we have is we're victims of our own success, right? Like, we had capable people build that stuff 50, 60 years ago. And they spent the money to do it right, so it would last a long time. And then, people were able to just kind of cruise and forget about it. And now those people are retired or dead, and the ones that came in after them, they maintained it more or less on a routine basis. But you got to a point where, the money had to get set aside and the plans had to be made to upgrade that stuff and at least fix it. But the people that we have now are just retards.
Yep. Well, they're
it's all showing. We don't have engineers. We have social engineers now, and that's all they're obsessed with. And you almost can't blame people, Mike, for being this oblivious because it's like a fish that doesn't know it's wet. They don't understand that the world they're living in was built by people, that they hate, frankly. They don't like, those old white guys that built everything in Canada. Yeah, nobody likes them anymore. We don't want to talk about them. It's like, okay, well, we don't really care about the color or gender or who's looking after it as long as they look after it. They don't know what they're doing. They've got a sliced idea.
Well, European expansion came and built this country because if the Chinese and the Indians and the Pakis or Pakistanians came to build the country first, they wouldn't have let the Europeans in. They would have built it. It wouldn't be as good as what we did, what my dad and our families did when they built this country. They wouldn't have done a craftsmanship good job. But no, we built it. It should be, we came here, raise our families, grow our family. No. Here's made. No, here's this. No, you got to take a vaccine. Take this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck off, man. Oh, you're white? White guilt. Mafangulo. If it wasn't for white people, we would be dying of disease and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's lots of places in the world, where they're organized as European nation states because of colonialism and post-colonialism, right? Some of them, they probably keep things together, but the kind of civilizations that we have, I mean, European culture created them, and other cultures, it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I think they try, but you have to, when you live above a certain parallel, you've got 4 seasons and they're all harsh.
Yep.
Like Canada is just a continuous series of natural disasters around the calendar, and you have to be ready for all of them. If you live in the foothills of Alberta, you might have 3 of them in a month. So you have to you have to take that fluctuations in temperature, and when the crops have to go in, they have to go in, and you can't wait an extra week. Same as harvest, with other places in the world where citrus trees are basically weeds. Yep. It's a different pace, and after thousands of years, people adapt to their environment. So you move people into an environment like this, and some of them do okay, but a lot of them, they're just here because they thought it would be an easier life than where they were. And even there, I can't blame them, but I blame the people who let them in, because you know what? They've been lied to too. This is not going to last. It's going down right now.
It is. It's going down for real. Now, I wanted to say,
it's not about hate. It's just like, sorry guys, it ain't gonna work.
Nope. The Raven is saying in the comments, Made will hit 1 million by 2030. Now, if you go back to 2016 on our channel, I made a prediction video that stated that 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025, right? And it looks like, okay, I was off by my numbers, but let's take it into a different perspective. Did you trust the science? Because that's a way of euthanization. And remember that thing I've been over and over for years, and you heard me say this multiple times, government-sanctioned murder? I think this is happening for real, Supreme. The government-sanctioned murder I've been talking about for years on Mike of the Night, saying it's going to come, folks. Government-sanctioned murder is going to be here. I think it's here, Supreme.
Well, a lot of, the rage bait on regular TV and on the internet, and the absolutely ridiculous policies and all of the corruption and all the immorality, everything we're surrounded by, the things that torment us, like it's just MK Ultra hitting us from every angle. And part of it is, you got people that are poor and they're getting poorer. They're never going to recover. They're not going to have the life their parents or grandparents had. At least it doesn't look like that way. And you got a lot of people on the brink of despair, and you think, okay, well, I can be like Heaven's Gate. I can spend my last $500, go out and have a party all weekend, and then just drop into the clinic on Monday morning and push a button, and they'll remove my body. There are a lot of people that are going to take that deal if it gets bad enough. Like they'll literally go in and ask, okay, I'm done. That's what they want. I think they're going to be disappointed at the actual number, because I do think humans are more resilient than that. But they want, there's a whole segment of society, they want to hurry up and die. They're trying to move things along. And that's the thing. They're breaking cover by doing it. And the pushback, like I'm pleasantly surprised in some ways, that our society actually has, it has a gag reflex. Like it has a, there's a limit, right? You hit a limit where people go, okay, you're just trolling us now. That's enough. You got to a point where they can pass all the laws they want. People will just say, no, forget it. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for anybody. And what are you going to do? Send one of your little fat affirmative action cops to my door? Go ahead. Go ahead, man. It's just too bad. Like we're not gonna have a tyranny like that in Canada. It's just gonna end in scorn and contempt. but that's still dissolution. It's still destabilization and the breakup of the country, and that breaks my heart. Like, the potential this place still has, even now, it's just heartbreaking.
Yep, they should be paying us
But
dividends to be
we're
here,
saddled
buddy.
with retards. We were victims of our own success, Mike, and we're kind of stuck under an older cohort that holds 3/4 of the wealth in this country and doesn't understand what everyone else is complaining about. Everything worked great for them. They don't understand why the status quo isn't good enough for everybody. And you almost can't blame them either. It's I'd like to, it's so convenient to lay everything at the feet of some kind of conspiracy theory. Are there conspiracies? Of course they are. Rich and powerful people talk to each other. It is what it is. Is it all coordinated and we're all puppets on a string? No, not really.
No,
not really. There's rivalries among those groups. Think Game of Thrones, think War of the Roses, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. You got to expect when things are this stupid, you just look after your household and the people close to you, and tribe up if you can. So if it does really get bad, you got someone to call, and someone can call you, and look after each other. We're gonna have to get used to doing more of that. You're gonna see communities recoalesce and draw closer together for survival, and in the areas where there's relative stability. It isn't going to be bad everywhere. You're going to see people acquire hope that they haven't had for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, pain is going to wake a lot of people up. And some, they'll be angry and they'll be looting and burning cars. And the rest are just going to be like, okay, all right, well, okay, do we have enough for everybody to eat? Yeah. Do we get enough clean water? Yeah. Okay. Do we keep the lights on here? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hunker down.
I think we're going to see an uptick on teen takeovers. I know they're happening in the States, but I think we're going to start seeing teen takeovers in Canada this summer. We're going to see a lot of teenagers get together, organize on social media, and start flipping over cars and burning shit because they know that they don't have a future anyway. Whatever they do, there's no way to make it. You've already lost.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be negative and turn people away from being successful in life and do well. It's just a majority of people have already lost the game without even putting on their shoes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, Mike, there's middle-aged people are going to be doing that. When the government gets to the point they are genuinely insolvent and have to start laying off thousands of formerly comfortable employees, there's going to be mobs in the street, and it's not all going to be young teens. It's going to be, middle-aged women. It's going to be, nurses and administrators and teachers and whatever else. There's going to be, cops looking the other way because now forget it. They're not looking after me. So why would I risk my life to protect the status quo? It's rough. It's been rough, guys. I mean, we're screwed. Yeah, we've been screwed for a long time. What we're waiting for is something for the Jenga tower to collapse so that we can, we get some freedom of movement again. I'm not really concerned about a breakdown of law and order because it's the forces of law and order that keep us from protecting ourselves.
That's right.
Things are going to get better in a lot of places when the cops and those activist judges aren't there to, reward the evildoers and punish the innocent. It's just going to be, they probably will have lockdowns. But, if you look at America in the 30s, it was way more of a police state even than what they have now. Like when social security came out, you had people, itinerant workers, moving from place to place looking for work. And to make sure they didn't forget their social security number, they had it tattooed on their arm. Oh, wow. That was in the 1930s. All this mark of the beast stuff. The beast is in the future yet. The beast is not here. Not yet. It's read Revelation. Like, we're still living under the harlot system if you're going to look at it from a biblical perspective.
It wasn't even 2 years ago they were forcing a vaccine on everyone.
Yeah, that's right. They were chasing everybody around with the pokey poke saying, you're not forced to take it. We'll completely destroy your life if you don't. But, we're not forcing anyone, right? like we got to the point where you couldn't go into a restaurant unless you had the QR code on your phone, right? But it went away. It didn't work. It fizzled out. Does that mean they've given up on 2030 and all this stuff? No, of course not. They're desperate. They're behind schedule. So yeah, they're going to double down and double down again and double down again, because progressives don't have a reverse gear. They can't. Well, maybe we should retrench and, go to ground for a while, let things calm down, and maybe we should see if we can get the price of housing and food down, and maybe the bread and circuses will actually be real bread, and and straight circuses, things like that. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They can't do that. They're psychologically incapable of it. But they're already exposed themselves. Like, they're so visible now.
Raven,
like, it's just
wrote
not going to work that way.
We got 2 billboards on Portage Avenue, 40 feet by 20 feet, that say "Wanted for Murder" with a picture of a black kid, maybe 21 years old, bright yellow billboards. This is the first for Winnipeg. So they're putting up wanted, massive 20. I'm reading this comment because it's 40 feet by 20 feet. Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the thing. Put out all points bulletins and get posters out. No more monkey business. ICE has taken over JFK Airport. They're going to the airport. If you're going to stop people from getting into the country who don't belong there, that's one of the first places to go. The border is more or less secure, right? And they're probably going to start showing up at polling booths during the midterms too. And I think they should. It reminds me of that story I told you, Supreme, because Canada's border is secure too. But people are going to say in the comments, "What are you talking about, Mike? Shut your mouth. Our borders are wide open." No, it's not. When I was in Portugal and I went to the airport in Lisbon and I was going to fly back to Canada, I showed him my Portuguese passport to fly to Canada. Remember I told you this story, Supreme?
Yeah.
The lady at the counter looked at my passport. I go, "I'm Portuguese. I'm going to Canada." I told her in Portuguese, and she looks at me and she looks at the passport and she goes, "You weren't allowed to book this ticket. Portuguese are not allowed to go to Canada. Like, you have to get permits and visas to go there, and you have to make sure you're not going to stay and all this bullshit." And she's like, "I can't let you onto this flight. I don't know how you purchased this ticket." So then I pulled out my Canadian passport, and I told her, because I'm dual citizen. She's like, "Oh, thank God. Because if you had a France passport or another part of Europe, I would let you on the flight. But we have under strict order here in Portugal that a Portuguese is not allowed to fly direct into Canada without all paperwork, months worth of paperwork just to visit." So Canada's border could be secured. It could be secured if they want to secure it abroad.
Of course, it was always that way. The crime and everything else that we have. Look at El Salvador. Look at what Bukele did to that place. You take the worst 1% off the street every year, and 90% of our problems are over. And they won't do it. They refuse to do it. In fact, they court is a revolving door. Like, occasionally we have outbreaks of crackheads pilfering stuff around here. And the landlady, she knows everybody in town, and she talks to the police, and why don't you do something about it? They say, "Well, we do. We know who's doing it. We pick them up, we take them into town, and they go in front of a judge the next morning, and by noon they're back on the street." The judges just keep letting them go. They're terrorists. They're literal terrorists. And if someone inflicts harm on one of these individuals protecting themselves for their property, they get punished, or at least threatened with it. Right? This is anarcho tyranny, and it's these people are activists. They are self-styled revolutionaries in black robes. It's a color revolution, a slow motion color revolution. But people will find a way. If someone breaks into your house, well, you may need to know your neighbors, because so you need someone with 40 acres and a backhoe. I'll leave it at that. Like, it's going to get like Brazil. It's going to be that bad. You're going to have vigilantes out, removing people. It's terrible. It's ridiculous that we got to this point. But And some of it, there's people that they're so set in their ways that even if it's something that backfired on them and it happened to someone in their family, they would probably just chalk it up to the game and keep going. Because you do this for 30, 40 years. How do you admit to yourself that you were wrong?
That's a good question.
I don't think they could do it. Like I say, they don't have a reverse gear anyway. They're insane. A lot of these people are insane. Look at the maniacs that the universities are cranking out now. They are absolutely locusts.
Yep.
They're terrible.
Bonafide, certified Karens.
Terrible. Yeah, Karens. Yeah, we have a plague of Karens of both biological genders.
We got
they're a disaster. They're an absolute disaster. But reality is going to fix some of them, and the others, well, it's going to break their minds. They'll be the ones going to the maid clinics.
So we got Hira Musa saying in the comments, Dufferin Mall was nuts, locking the mall, and even people that weren't Portuguese were trapped in it too. That's when they were doing those mall raids to get the Portuguese out of Canada, because the Portuguese were building too much infrastructure in Canada. So you can't have that infrastructure. Get rid of them. So.
Yeah, that obviously isn't why it happened. To me, it's obvious anyway. I don't know what beef Canada has with Portugal. I have no idea.
So
there has to be something, but it probably has something to do with progressives being in charge. And like I said, these were people that work very hard, and they were probably endangering like major construction unions. We used to have issues like that down in at the coast. You had the big union builders, and then you had guys like Bill Kirchhoff, who they called a Jippo, whatever. But I think he still paid his people well, but they weren't getting like union scale. And they were, constantly trying to, one way or another, trying to sabotage him or put roadblocks in his way. It's, you've got monopolies. Canada is just a bunch of cartels all kind of glued together, sadly. And it has been since the days of the Hudson's Bay Company,
Manitoba
and the Northwest Company, and the And now you got the Bronfmans and the Irvings and I'm sure there's big oil money in Alberta. There's the Lee Cushings and the guys and Jimmy Pattison, right, in BC. You've got a few billionaires, and they have outsized influence over their particular area. And there's not a lot of areas like that in Canada. So, it kind of is what it is. That's one of the areas where Canada, because I'm just not that kind of a guy, but it's one of those areas where Canada needs a strong central government, that they could actually, squelch that stuff. And make sure people straighten up and fly right. It would be nice if they did that. It would be nice. I'm definitely right of center, but it would be nice if we had an actual left wing again that cared about Canadian workers.
Yep. People, Workers'
that actually
Party
stuck up for
the working
that
people.
was actually, was patriotic. That would be nice. It would be nice to have a counterbalance to what we have, because there's no, I don't know, politically, there's no right wing in Canada. So, maybe an effective left would still be a way to get some things done. I don't want Stalinism or Maoism or some stupidity like that here. It wouldn't fly anyway.
No.
But it'd be nice to have an actual patriotic, representation. Because we could do that here. We could recreate it. I mean, we had an identity 60 years ago.
We did. Canada was one of the best. All you had to do was get a job in this country, and you had everything. You had your house. You put your kids through school. You bought a cottage. You had 2-3 cars in your life, and you enjoyed your life here.
Yeah, Canada needs a 1776 moment. I don't want a liberal democracy revolution here. I don't want an age of enlightenment democracy. Canada is about the only country in the New World that was not founded as a revolutionary republic. It was actually founded to be the opposite. English common law and tradition, Anglo tradition and Quebecois tradition. two groups of people that didn't have a lot in common, but didn't want what the Americans were doing. They weren't even necessarily that in love with the British crown, but you know, there was still identity with the homeland, right?
I'm pro
And
policy,
I mean,
dude.
that's where people were coming from.
Dude, if I launder money through Canada, I'd go to jail. They put me in jail. They put me in jail, make an example of me. Trillions was laundered through this country. We're dead. We can't even afford we're past real estate now. Everyone's homeless now, and people are on the brink.
Yeah.
Supreme, you know how many emails I get on a weekly basis of people that are watching some of my, you know, calculate your TDS, properties overpriced,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Stop it. You know, I get 3 to 6, sometimes 15 emails a week of people saying, Mike, I'm losing it all, man. I bought in 27. People bought in 2017 and they use the equity in their homes to eat. Now they're paying for it. They're going to lose it all. They're going to be on the streets. And I get so many messages like that on a weekly basis of people saying, Mike, you were right. We competed with Chinese money laundering. Mike, you were right. Why didn't our governments protect us from this shit? Mike, you were right. How did they allow this shit? They said they were investors. You know how many? Oh, it's just nonstop, Supreme. It's nonstop. People are losing it all, man.
Yeah.
And it's going to get worse.
It's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. You know, people like, if you don't buy now, you're never going to get it. It's just keep going up. And you know what?
And those
It did for a long
motherfucking,
time.
those
You
fucking
can
cunts over at the real
You
estate.
can understand why people rushed into it.
Those fucking guys at
What's
the real
that?
estate
Sorry.
that made those videos, you'll never own anything, and I was calling them out. They made videos about me making fun of me. So
Yeah, well, up until 2021, there, you know, I can remember in the comments of some of your videos, what are you talking about? Real estate went up 15% last year. It's never going to go down. 15% is parabolic in real estate. It's not like the stock market or like, you know, gold and silver before the end of January, you know, that went parabolic. Like real estate is not supposed to do that. You know, it's not like we're settlers here, you know, and they're still building new towns all over the country, you know, where maybe there's a chance for something to expand. I mean, every town in Canada that has ever existed was probably founded 100 years ago, you know, or no later than that. I mean, you know, the country's built. It's already here. We don't need any more people.
no,
For sure. Not the scale they've been coming. And yeah, like quite apart from the laundering, I mean that definitely you know, that set up a wealth effect, and now that's going to go negative. The only consolation we might get out of it is all these people that bought into our real estate using it as their safety deposit boxes are also going to be losing a ton of money now.
yeah.
You know, so they'll never do that again. They'll
But it
sell
cost-
or they'll just walk away.
But
and
it cost 2 decades
be
of
that.
Canadians being bought out of their own markets. 2 decades of Canadians on the sidelines. Look at Gary Medeiros. He's been on the sidelines for 10, 15 years now to buy a house to start his family, and he can't even get into anything. Now he's starting to see the light. Everything's coming down.
Yeah. Well, it's inevitable. I mean, even if, you know, we're not an isolated society, right? Like we've been pretty globalized. Obviously, that's why foreigners could come in and snap up our real estate the way they have. Why they could get money into the country and launder it through everything. Pardon me, but you've got people that just wanted to buy a home and establish a household, you know, get married and have a family.
Yep.
And they're competing with Chinese billionaires.
Yep.
And, you know, Mexican cartels. And our government is supposed to prevent that from happening. And they're all in on it.
Well,
And
the
at
government
the time,
was saying
I
when
mean,
those
it was
Chinese were
probably a
coming in
slippery slope, but
in 2012, 2013, when I was going to bidding wars, oh, they're investors, leave them alone. They're keeping our economy afloat. It's like, what the fuck? You're keeping your economy afloat on fucking housing? What the fuck? What about the oil? What about the raw materials? What about the labor? What about what? So our economy, our Canada's built on housing? Now we're paying for it.
well, people say stuff, man. They just say stuff. Whether they actually believe it or not, they just say stuff.
It's the news
Oh,
was
it's,
saying
you know,
this.
housing is a pillar of our economy. It's like, you know, what a stupid thing to say.
Yep, that was the news saying it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
That was the CBC and the
Yeah.
CTV.
Well, yeah, because you know they have a narrative to push, right?
Mhm.
I mean, they get paid to now, and so they take orders from head office.
Mhm.
You know, so it's not shocking. But but there again, the people that had assets the last 25 years have been very good to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, and it's made them all think that they were geniuses. I'm worth $10 million now, and I just bought I bought a house for a box of apples in 1980, and now it's worth $2 million. I'm a genius.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, they don't know, they don't understand how they got there.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They don't know anything about that stuff. They work for the government, or they work for some sawmill, or worked as a welder or whatever for 40 years. It's not like they didn't put their time in, and everything just kept going up and up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, they don't know why. They just think anyone that doesn't have what they had either was dumb or didn't work hard enough, or, you kids need to pick yourself up by your bootstraps like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't relate. They don't understand that the ladder, literally collapsed behind them, and we're all stuck in the ravine.
Yep.
Like, and even then, like, what are they supposed to do about it? Well, I don't feel sorry for you. I mean, we talk a lot about boomers. That's a pretty common mentality all over the Western world. Because life has just it's less communal. It's more atomized. And people, they're all hustling at night because it's the only way to stay out of the permanent underclass.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make your big score sooner or later. Right. And now with the way things are, if gas hits, $2.50 a liter here, and the price of food starts going up because there wasn't enough fertilizer for the farmers this spring.
Mm-hmm.
We're living on last year's harvest. We'll see what it looks like in September, but
yep.
Like I say, there's people that were hanging on by their fingernails all this time, and now they've slipped. Mm-hmm. They're drowning. They're underwater. People don't tend to drown calmly.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get noisy, and some of them are going to get rough because they have to. You don't do this to people. You don't steal their dreams like this.
Yeah.
You don't do this. The French royal family didn't see it coming either. Insiders are always going to win. The Bourbons didn't win. The Romanovs didn't win. The Hohenzollerns didn't win. The Habsburgs definitely didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
The royal family of the Ottoman Empire didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think these people didn't have inside information that the average person didn't have? Like, look what's happening to Britain right now. Oh, well, the British Empire, they had their fingers all over the world. Yeah, okay. All right. Look at Britain now.
Yep.
They've lost control.
You forgot Sir Walter Raleigh.
Sir Walter Raleigh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slipped my mind there. Yeah. Like, this is just intrigue and greed and passion and lust and violence and, Game of Thrones. All day, every day, 24/7, forever.
Food wars.
These food wars? Yeah,
I just remember that video we did back in 2018. Food wars are coming, and then we did water wars, and then we did a whole series on food wars in 2021 or 2022. And we're telling people, buy food because it's like money in the bank. Food is money in the bank if you buy it at the right time. If you bought it when you started to prepare.
You all should have buy low and sell high. Well, you know what? The food is cheap right now compared to it will be probably a year from now. And it's certainly, if you bought a year ago, it's cheaper than what you're paying now. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to think that that's gonna, especially with, 20% of the, because it's not just oil coming out of the Strait of Hormuz, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got precursors for, feedstock for plastics, for pharmaceuticals, for, fertilizers. Mm-hmm. Sulfur is used to make sulfuric acid, obviously, in heavy industry. Mm-hmm. Mining uses a lot of it, things like that. There's a lot of things that, 80% of it is still going out there, but prices are set on the margins, right? When you've got 20% of businesses, or especially large businesses with commitments and contracts that have to have that stuff, the bidding wars start. Look at silver. They controlled the price of silver so long they finally ran out of the damn stuff, and look what happened over the end of the year. There, it went vertical. There was bidding
So we
wars
got
on this
PDS
stuff.
10 reporting for us here. He's got a photo here for me. I'm gonna just show you guys here. Gas station by Yorkdale Mall. I know exactly where that gas station is, and it's got zero. We're getting reports on gas stations with zero. Showing $0 for gas because they're out of gas.
Yeah, oil might go up to $200 per barrel. Yeah, that could very well be Haramusa, and there will be businesses and parts of society that will still be able to function as long as they can pass on the higher cost. But $200 a barrel oil is going to be major demand destruction, right? Like people are just going to stop traveling. They're going to stop doing anything.
Back in November last year,
society to halt. It's a 2008. In the end, that's what triggered 2008. It was oil hitting $147 a barrel, right?
Yep.
That was the straw that finally broke the can. I mean, it was tipping over anyway, but that finished it off.
Canco's out of gas in Chilliwack, BC. We're getting reports here. So
yeah, it could be.
1973 all over again. Supreme, I got Eduardo wants to call into the show really quick. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it was great to catch up with you and everyone, Mike. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. We've been talking about it for years, and here it is. So
I have
if you haven't done the things you need to do, please get on it.
I have a feeling, Supreme, that this show is going to get more intense as time goes by, and we're going to get... I don't know if Bill C9 is going to shut us down. I'm going to ask Eduardo about that because he's following all these bills. I don't know what they're going to do to censor us because now it's getting to that point where it's not looking good, Supreme. But any parting words?
No, it's not. It's not looking good. Just remember that it's going to be a matter of mass non-compliance. People are just going to get VPNs. Like this. I think BLC 22. They were said Apple has to supply people's personal information. Well, Apple's an American company, and they can just tell Ottawa to get stuffed.
Right.
Like they're not going to get their way. They're passing these things out of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
So just try not to expose yourself. And if you have to talk in code and euphemisms, well, we're used to doing that. So just keep it up. In the meantime, yeah, freeze-dried food and canned goods, and get to know your local butcher, baker, candlestick maker, and stash a little cash and whatever else you can. If you haven't been doing that, for God's sakes, get moving.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And chickens are coming home. Yes, indeed. Yes, they are. Yeah, they're inbound. We knew it was coming. It's been happening, it's trickling in, but yeah, this is a full-blown crisis now. Absolutely. And, we're at the toe of the tsunami. It's here. So
it's here.
God bless everyone, and let's keep up the chatter, and we'll get each other through this.
All right, brother. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye for now.
All right, that's our boy Supreme Cannon. Always got some good insight on what's going on. And I have a feeling we're going to get a lot closer with each other in the upcoming next couple of weeks here on Mike in the Night. Check out I got a good video I put up today about 1973, guys. Watch my 1973 video because we're seeing it again. 1973, oil shortages all over the place.
In the night.
It's Mike in the Night, folks.
3 in the morning and the city still breathing. Truth on a mic while the whole world's sleeping. News ain't real, man, the script's been written. Mic on the air and the signal ain't hidden. From the coastlines out to the prairie towns. People tuning in when the sun goes down. No suits, no script, just a mic in a fight. When the clock hits 3, it's Mike in the Night. They try to mute it, try to shut it tight, but the truth keeps running through the wires at night. Street level talk, no polished promotion, just the raw voice of the Commonwealth spoken. Mike in the Night, hear the broadcast roar, truth on the line like never before.
Mike, what's going on?
Yo, Eduardo, good to hear from you. How are you, my brother?
Feeling much better. Thanks for asking.
Okay, what is going on? What you wanted to come on? You needed to tell us something. What is it?
Okay, first of all, you guys got to think like baby-eating psychopaths that are greedy as hell, and you want to control the world. And
right.
then this all starts to make sense.
Right.
So the 15-minute city plan, that's been pushed down our throats for years now.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you'll own nothing and be happy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
slow down the economy, crash the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Private credit is drying up.
Yep.
Mortgage renewals are going to go through the roof because
Yep.
nobody wants to buy the federal debts of the Western world.
Mm-hmm.
And so bond markets will be falling apart. And this temporary pushback on gold and silver that we've seen over the last few days, they're closing out a lot of the shorts and they're going long. People are
I
still
made a
having
video
money.
about that. I made a video 4 days explaining that ago. It's
Yeah.
in a good explanation too. I made really good one. It's actually going viral on Facebook. That gold video I made a few days ago.
Good. So this is all pre-planned. The guys were right earlier in the chat. Yeah, Trump is a puppet. Netanyahu's a puppet. These guys are all puppets.
I kept saying, don't take fucking sides. Just watch the show, man. Watch the show.
Anyways, how do you get people to comply to 15-minute cities?
You can't.
Drive the price of fuel sky high.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You get the fuel there, and people won't be driving around anymore.
Won't be able to afford the fuel anymore.
Yeah.
So then suddenly 15-minute city, hey, that's a great idea. Sign me up.
Yep.
You know,
people comply.
And if I join this 15-minute city, I get to use digital coins instead of cash. Oh, it's even better.
Yep.
I love the convenience of that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're eating crickets, but hey, you know, it's all pre-planned. These psychopaths, these baby-eating psychopaths, are so freaking smart. You got Carney writing deals that he's going to be profiting millions over the next 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? People voted for this. If people would have paid attention to what Mark Carney's daughters were like,
Mm-hmm.
your kids are usually a reflection of the parents.
Right.
So the kids are completely screwed up. You think the parents are going to be any better?
Nope.
Huh. Canadians voted for this. Guys, put your elbows up, bend over, take it up the rear. You voted for this.
Mm-hmm.
Not our audience, but most Canadians. And see how stupid people are getting?
Yep.
And as far as people going back and there's offers, I heard one flight school in Toronto, they've got a couple guys that are from India, Indian nationals. They came here, got their pilot's license, and they're working as instructors.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten offers to return to India.
Yeah.
So there's a shortage of aircraft mechanics right now.
Why didn't they just take in Canadians that a lot of Canadians are looking for jobs and they're not getting hired? Why didn't they take apprentice Canadians in, train the Canadians, and the Canadians, guess what? They live in Canada because they're Canadian. Holy shit, that makes perfect sense. But no, they give the jobs to everyone foreign, and then when the people need it locally, you don't have no one local to do the job because they weren't given the fucking chance.
As much as I hate to say it, the work ethic has been schooled out of Canadian proper.
Mm-hmm.
You've got participation ribbons for just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a body showing up to work. If they don't do anything, what good are they?
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the labor laws we have changed, all the benefits, all the taxation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then he can take you to court for firing them improperly. It's all bullshit, man. It used to be once upon a time, if you're a good worker and you produced good and you worked good and you didn't hurt your fellow employees and you didn't steal from the company,
Mm-hmm.
you had a job for life and you got a decent wage and the company would hang on to you.
Yeah, and you got
There's
union
no
and everything
need
took care
for
of
a
your family.
union. You took care of the company took care of you. In most cases, not all, but most.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of finding that good company to work for. And you stay there for life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know people that work for IBM for 40 years. I know a buddy of mine,
Mm-hmm.
graduated high school at the same time. He's still working at the Bank of Montreal. And he has no intention of quitting or going into retirement.
Right.
And he never married, never had kids. He's got his own house. He's doing all right. Kind of a lonely life, but he has no intention of retiring.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. What else am I going to do? And he likes to work. So, but that's it. Like the loony left, they've driven this shit into the corrupted the young minds, and you know, with the music we see here these days, and Our society is not what it used to be. There used to be competition between the Germans being better than the Italians being better than Portuguese, and the
Mm,
Portuguese being better than the Austrians. There's that competition of who could do better.
mm-hmm.
Now it seems the competition is who can do less and make the most money
Yeah,
doing the least.
most corrupt.
Yeah, and if that doesn't drive down an economy, I don't know what does.
Yeah, it's like Macron. Macron's a great example of just completely destroying his country, like completely destroying his. I don't know how that guy survived 3 elections, one snap election, 2 elections, and 60, 70 weeks of yellow vest protests. I don't know how the hell that guy's still there. It just makes. And if you go back to our 2018 Mike and the Knights, we have the title's called Macron Forever. That guy's not going anywhere. And from 2018 to now, he's still there. So all these European I see these people that get voted in as bureaucrats because nobody really voted for these people. In realistically, I'm seeing a lot of it, especially the mayor of Toronto. I don't think no one voted for the mayor of Toronto. That Chow lady, I don't think nobody voted for her.
Chris Sky went and they tried to file a court case and criminal charges, private prosecution against Olivia Chow, because Anna Bailao actually won that Toronto election if you count the votes. And they know this.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 100% proof that the Toronto election was rigged, and yet a judge threw it out, wouldn't hear it.
But why? Because people didn't vote for that person.
Because it's rigged, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really disappointed with with paying all this taxes, and then in the end, you're not getting what you're paying for. You know what I'm saying? That Olivia Chow had 1,000 followers on Facebook when she won the most voted for mayor of in the history of Toronto. 1,000 followers. We made a video about it and laughed about it. And then 2 days later, we went back.
Had more people coming to his office on a Saturday before the election.
Yeah.
So
it's really funny. It's really funny. 1,000 followers. We made a video about it, laughed about it. 2 days later, we went back to her page. Someone sent me a link. She's got 80,000 now, Mike. How is that possible? She had 1,000 the other day, and then boom, 80,000. It's like they're watching us and saying, "Oh, whoa, this doesn't look right for the most voted for mayor in the history of the world to only have 1,000 YouTube followers. This is not normal." So what do? Buy your 80,000 followers off your tax dollars.
Yeah, so you got a masseuse running the biggest city in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
I don't know, man.
A masseuse.
Yep.
Running the biggest city in Canada.
It's like a Ocasio-Cortez in New York or the Bronx, whatever. Like a bartender in Congress.
Yeah. But these people know how to say yes and yes, sir, and will do as I'm told, sir. And but then Olivia Chow, she says with a much heavier accent than I do. Taxes in Mexico for let's see, 3,000 square foot 3-story house. You're looking at about $250 a year. And you get garbage pickup 6 days a week.
Yep, you do. In Mexico, garbage pickup is like every day, pretty much.
$200 a year.
And that's why they don't want Canadians to retire there with their pensions, because they're going to cut your pension off there. Because you're not spending your $600 a month in Canada.
It's disgusting the way we're getting raped here, and people just keep paying it. What do you expect? You had 80% of the population was wearing those stupid masks.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Let it burn down. And hopefully I won't see you in the gulags, but the odds are good because with these new bills coming down, because they got to shut us up. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them.
There's like 14 of them right
now. The good thing is a lot of these laws that they're passing are unconstitutional. So if people can team up and hire a good lawyer, and challenge these laws constitutionally, we can get them reversed.
Well, I mean, yeah. But a lot of the people want these laws to come in, especially if you're laundering trillions of dollars from China into Canada. You want these laws to pass. If you're coming in from India or whatever you're doing here, or illegally, you want these laws to pass because they want to shut down. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that want these laws to pass, Eduardo. There's people that need these laws to pass to protect their asses. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's beautiful about communism. You protect the state protects you. Everybody else gets screwed up the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a big fan of communism, look what's going on in Cuba right now.
Yep. What do you
Those
think
people
about
are
that pink
starving.
party? The pink party that went down to on that plane there, a first class plane, to save Cuba.
Never heard about it.
Oh, the pink party? Those pink guys. Tell them in the comments what I'm talking about. This whole group of people went down to Cuba all in pink to save Cuba. And
There's 22 million people in Cuba. How are you going to save them?
I don't know. There's the pink. Oh God, the pink. I don't know who they were. They were on the news and they're going down to save Cuba. And let me look it up here. Give me a second, Eduardo. This is gonna make your blood boil if you haven't heard this.
Well, communism and socialism always leads to what? Massive death of Catholics and starvation. Always. But that's not the real communism, Mike.
Here we go. Code Pink. They're called Code Pink activists land in Cuba to protest 1 day ago. Let me go to images so you know. Here they are. This is the pink group, guys. Let me go to article scan. They're going to Cuba. And this is the pink group going to Cuba to, I don't know what they're going to do there. They called Pink Party activists in Cuba to break blockade, and they're staying in 5-star hotel rooms. And here they are. We love Cuba. They're on the plane, first-class planes on the way to Cuba. So,
Well, unless they can, the system is just, you know what? I'm surprised that Cuba still hasn't flipped over. Like Russia flipped over. Venezuela went into communism. One day they'll come out. You got in Argentina, they were very socialist, and the corruption in socialism that goes hand in hand, eh?
yep.
If you got socialism, communism, you got corruption, guaranteed. They say, "Oh, capitalism breeds the same kind of corruption." Yeah, but at least we have laws, and the laws are enforced, and you kind of weed it out. You kind of keep it down.
Here it is, Fox.
Generally speaking, your standard of living increases.
Okay,
And
here's
capitalism has brought more people out of poverty than socialism ever will.
yes. Here it is.
So-
Champagne socialists in Cuba stage concert, stay in 5-star hotels as country plunges into. It wants me to sign up for all this garbage. I just want to show you guys the article.
Yeah, they're probably going down there to buy babies and eat them.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what
called
these
Code Pink. Look them up. Code Pink is a Cuban commie vacation. Look it up. It's making headlines everywhere.
Yeah, they're probably going to end up eating babies because they can buy babies probably cheaper down there than they can over here. That's what these guys do. It's always something else. They claim one thing, but they do something totally different.
Yeah.
But I wonder what they're going to be eating because the country's running out of food. You can
Yep.
get food on the black market, but no normal Cuban can afford it, barely.
You know what's been concerning too? There's been skyrocketing. Prostitution has been skyrocketing lately. College grads, university grads are prostituting themselves now because they can't even afford to eat. People with
Yep.
useless degrees can't afford to eat.
Yep. Good old communism, man. Canada's well on its way, folks. Elbows up, bend over, put your elbows on the table, and take it up the ass. We're 18 plus here, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, this fuel thing, the West, they've been talking about destruction of the West now for, at least 5 or 6 years. Klaus Schwab has been talking about an angrier world. Yeah, you get fucking angry when you don't have food to put in your stomach. Hungry people get pretty damn angry.
Yep.
So, Be smart. Grab some heirloom seeds. Plant a garden. Do some canning. Buy your meat now. Freeze it or freeze dry it.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you can. There's tough days coming ahead.
There is. Big
But the
time.
biggest thing is to have seeds, so we'll all be vegetarians for a while or vegans. Unless you got some room for some chickens.
Yeah. I got a neighbor I got lots of neighbors that have chickens around me, and they're just constantly trying to sell me eggs, so I'm not too worried about where I live. I left the city. I told all you guys to leave the city, right? So
Yeah, but you gotta put feed. You need fertilizer for that chicken feed. They're buying probably commercially that they're feeding those chickens, right?
mm-hmm.
Or they're giving them food scraps.
Yeah.
What are the chickens surviving on?
Feed and food scraps, from what I see.
Yeah, so if the price of feed goes up because fertilizer is going up,
Yeah, I know
price of chicken is going to go up too.
I know where you're going at. I know what you're going at.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we'll have you on soon enough. Thanks, brother. God bless.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. All right, guys, that's Eduardo and Mike of the Night, guys. Wow, it's been a long show. It's been over, 3 hours? Guys, I'm going to do the plug again, guys. I really need... Guys, remember, I don't get paid to be here. So if you guys want to buy your boy a coffee, there it is right there. Buy your boy a coffee from Mike of the Night. I would really appreciate the support. Again, we don't get paid to be here. I know I say that every time, but there it is. And if you're watching this on replay, there should be a link in the description if you want to buy your guy a coffee. I want to thank we got a coffee today from, we got one from, we got another one here. Okay, we got one from Sandy and Tio. Tio's been buying me a coffee every friggin' week. Thanks, Tio, for buying me a cappuccino here. Espresso here. Thanks so much, guys. And the big donation is the $50 lights. Keep $50. Keep the lights on for Mike in the Night if you guys want to donate to the channel. And also, Shop Mike Martin's is, I've been working really hard on this store for you guys and giving you guys really cool stuff to check out if you enjoy Mike in the Night. And if you enjoy what we do here on Mike of the Night, I would really appreciate that very much. Yeah, guys, let's play some send-off music. What do you guys want? Do you want the jazz? Do you want the country, Mike in the Night? Do you want the... Oh, guys, yeah, people keep emailing me for the music for the show. It's right here. Go to the playlist. Go to Mike Martin's on YouTube. Go to the playlist and go right here. Mike of the Night music. It's the first playlist right there I just made. So go ahead and watch that. And all the songs that we play here on Mike of the Night are on there. And yeah, go check that out, okay, guys? And I think I'm gonna go with this one. Thank you for the $2 super chat, RC Lamoureux.
Transmission intercepted for 3 hours. Signal detected. Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m. Screen still glows. Satellites watching below. Red lights blinking on every street. Truth buried 6 feet deep. Paper signed in quiet rooms. Deals made under crescent moons. Digital chains you never see. But something in you wants to break free. They say it's safe. They say it's fine. But why's that camera watching mine? Clock hits free. The veil gets there. You feel the static on your skin.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Rick Silver. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dino Bravo. Thank you, Craig Cook Music. Thank you, Ghostly Donor. Thank you, Shelly Wag. Thank you, Sandy again. Thank you, RC Lamoureux. May the Lord bring you all the desires of your hearts. Amen, amen. Thank you for the Tignim. Lisa, Bella, thank you for the Rip Torn. Thank you. Shallywag, thank you. Danielle Lynn, thank you.
Algorithm knows your face, predicting every move you make. Borders blur, control expands, digital cuffs on steady hands. But in the dark, the people wake, feel the system start to shake. Eyes up, wake up, speak up, stand up. They fear the ones who see the play, they fear the ones who won't obey. Fight, fight, fight. 3 a.m., that's when you know. Fight, fight, fight. The quiet truth begins to grow. Fight, fight, fight. Signal cutting through the room. Fight, fight, fight. Truth breaking through the blue. Like in the night, no disguise, piercing through the alibis. Midnight message unbroken, I have spoken. When the world sleeps, the real talk starts. When the lights dim, we reveal the parts. Not red or blue.
Mike Martin's here signing off for episode 642 of Mike in the Night on March 23rd, 2026. Take care, and if you can't take care, stay safe. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.